Hey, would you look at that? The automatic notification bot is actually kind of on the ball right now. What a surprise. So I guess it's time for me to stop procrastinating and actually start the thing. Start the thing so I can finish the thing. Thing which I don't think I've even tested in a while, at least not in the configuration that I'm going to be using right now, so... If nothing else, this should be interesting, this here thing which is about to take place. And which I will... hopefully make visible within the next several seconds. Yes, that's the window. Okay, there it goes. It deigned itself to appear. How nice of it to do that. Hey, okay, there you go. Sure do hope that's the right size. It looks acceptable enough from where I'm standing, but I don't even know. I guess also better stop the music before, well, a little too late on that, but before the next track starts up, but whatever. See, this thing should be connected. Yep, here's the thing. The thing which I don't even remember how long I played. It has been since I played, but it has been like, I want to say at least 2 weeks, or at least close to it. Mostly because the more, I don't know, the more recent days in which I would have played this, I just ended up sleeping all day instead. That was a fun time. I should do that more often. But now let me see. My last time playing Umbrella Chronicles was on the 14th of December, which was, yeah, basically 2 weeks ago. And my last time playing this game was nearly 20 days ago. 19 days to be precise. So here we go.
Resident Evil, The Dark Side Chronicles.
They're the best. Alright, let's see. See if I can get this to function. Let's see how difficult it is gonna be to get this to function. Back to Operation Javier. Just the framing device, so let's see. Let's see if I can even remind myself where we stand on the fucking, what do you call it? The thing that's being told. Story. Previously on Resident Evil, Raccoon City got BTFO because a bunch of zombies were unleashed upon the city after rats spread the virus, I guess, and then some dude in his first day and some chick who was just looking for her brother who wasn't even in the city ended up killing a bunch of these zombies and killing a bunch of other things that were super evil. And now that dude has been recruited into the government for shady stuff, and he's just finished telling his story to some other shady guy, or at least the story of what happened at the city. We also learned that Ada Wong the spy apparently got out of the city at the last minute before it was nuked, with a helicopter that was transporting a computer that was a retroactive movie tie-in, which is fucking bizarre because the movies are terrible, but now that we're all caught up, we can continue. So this time, well, we're going back to Operation Javier first, that's right. Chapter 1, Chapter 2. Well, as you might remember, Members of the City, which is the Resident Evil 2 recap, is 8 chapters, as I'm pretty sure it's the same deal with the next recap thing, which we'll be getting to in time, but first back to the future for the framing device, that's what I mean to say. Rocket launcher. I don't know if we're gonna want that, actually. That'd be better to have the grenade in that position, because what else we got? We got shoot gun, we got submachine gun, which I'm okay with. And no, don't go back, that's fine. And we got the normal ass pistol with the unlimited ammunition, which I hope I'll be able to fully upgrade in time, but for now.
I told Krauser everything about the Raccoon City incident. He just listened, quietly. But the situation in the village was different from Raccoon. There were controlled POWs amongst the rest. What happened there? We made our way upstream towards Javier Hidalgo's mansion. The man who could hold the key to uncovering this mystery.
The man who could hold the key and who totally isn't some evil guy. We're gonna have to kill.
You don't have to worry. You're fine. We're not going to hurt you.
We're the ones who saved you.
You alright?
So, you're the girl, huh? The one from Javier's mansion?
The people in the village. What happened to them?
They're all dead.
We're here on a mission. Looking for an American who had contacted Javier about a virus. We need to find Javier, and we were hoping you could take us to Amparo. So that's Javier's.
Yes. I escaped through there.
So, naturally right back over. There
So
we go.
if we follow this water channel, we should be able to get out of here.
Okay, let's see how bad they're gonna do, because I haven't played this in a while, as you might remember. Or realize, not really remember, but well, I'm sure it'll come back to me. I'm not completely unupgraded, as could be the case. And this does require some amount of precision, which I don't know if I'm gonna be able to provide. Already you can see the precision.
You haven't told us your name yet. Pleased to
Providing.
meet you, Manuela. Now, from here on out, I need you to be more careful, right?
Hello? What?
You must do as we say, no matter what.
Yeah, there was something
That means stay close.
over there. Can I
You wanna
please
get out of here alive, kid.
look again and pick it up? There, please. There, okay. Shotgun time.
This must be the discharge channel.
Is it like the Discovery Channel? Oh boy, we got.
Those guys don't waste their time, do they?
I can't imagine what they would want. Okay, we're off to a good start.
Just keep coming. Let's go. We better stay clear of the water.
Not too damn bad that we can't actually do that though.
What's going on?
What the hell is that thing?
Oh, looks like an unfinished gift model from Fallout or something. But that's something that we're gonna have to
Looks like he took his weight loss plan way too seriously.
use our upgraded
Here comes the cavalry.
upgraded gun kickback
Hell with them. Let's just keep moving.
to try and remain unscathed while we go through this. Ooh.
This place is a menagerie of freaks. Javier must not like unexpected visitors.
Manuela, how did you make it past all these things?
What do you mean?
It's just...
What do you mean indeed?
Come on, kid, answer the question.
I don't know. I didn't see anyone I came through here.
Sound like they accept me as well as their own, or anything. For any reason whatsoever. It's not at all related to
Why do
why
you want to find Javier?
that other big monster in the beginning wasn't
Saw
attacking me or
tracks
anything.
with all those monsters. You really think someone like that should be allowed to walk free?
I suppose not.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I guess so. There we go. Hello. Krauser, you're being awfully quiet there.
Come on.
It's like a maze ahead.
I think that if you're being attacked by something like that, you would just want to, say something as soon as possible. Alright, so actually not even sure if it's easier or harder to get critical hits in overshoot. in this version, as opposed to Umbrella Chronicles. I don't think I've had an awful lot of opportunities to actually test that out yet. I say after I've already done the entire RE2 recap part of this game, probably. Okay, we'll go again with the shaky cam. Never mind, keeping your aim steady when you're trying to kill deadly mutant monsters or anything.
Another one?
Goodness. Well, not anymore, I guess. Thank goodness they can't open doors. Yeah, a few specific effects seem to be more prone to triggering some slowdown in this perfectly legit version of the game that I'm playing. What a shame. The only thing lacking fidelity throughout this whole affair. Oh, hello. Get the Froggo Hunters again. Right on time, that was. Froggo Hunters from Resident Evil 3, technically, even though they didn't show up in the recap of that game that we saw in... Oh, fuck, I think I might have made some gold back there. Unless we turn back to there. Again, which we do. Okay, never mind. Haven't missed it. I see something on the ground over there. I thought I did. Maybe it was just a coin that dropped. Probably was. I think you can kind of juggle that coin too and get more money that way. Those scooters, they do seem to be a pretty common recurring enemy type in games that I played on stream recently, don't they?
Good old Hobby really doesn't want us getting past this dam. I don't think these guys are gonna move for us.
Some of them puking because if so, might be time to switch to the machine gun mode. Not really matters, or mostly matters. Hold on, just pop this guy in the head a couple more times, and there we have it. We triumph. Oh yeah, some of these fuckers were still alive, weren't they? Well, at least they waited patiently for us to deal with the rest of these guys, but now they're back.
That wasn't so bad.
Even though I'm half dead. Speaking of half dead, I don't know, maybe, I'm guessing I should probably use an herb at some point.
Oh, great.
Help myself, but
Which way do we go?
I do have a couple of them on standby, but...
Shit, they're everywhere.
Oh, hello. Oh, for goodness, they're not really spitting at anything, but also not giving an awful lot of room to breathe, you know. Now I'm getting flashbacks to Survivor, where you just walk into a room and you immediately get zombos on all three sides of you.
Where are we going?
Oh, sorry for shooting you in the forehead.
This way that will take us outside.
You can just shrug it off, though.
Javier's mansion is close then.
So what did Javier?
Do? Gee, I don't know.
Nothing. Forget it.
Sure do wonder why she would seem concerned about Javier. Sure do wonder what the stake there could possibly be. Doesn't look like there's room for 3 people on this elevator, but okay. Maybe Leon just kind of went ahead of everybody else and helped himself.
I don't like it. It's too quiet.
You see that camera? Thought maybe we'd have to shoot it, but maybe we have to shoot the things on the floor, which I'm trying to, but you do see those things, which I can kind of see, which I did see approaching from a distance, but... Oh, okay, hold on. Time to use an herb. I don't really see why, or how you could have seen that guy. That fucking jackal-looking motherfucker. Just popping out of view from nowhere, and then... They're gone, Leon. One ladder to the bliss. Crusher, I hope you can cover me here. You're not doing a very good job if I had to take care of that thing. And that thing.
Thank you.
Can we not destroy these lights on the floor? I guess not. I immediately thought, hey, since these are the light sources in this room, maybe we have to do something with them, but I guess not. Or that thing, even though it's kind of conspicuous since it's the only thing that... Oh, hello. That has color in here. Well, we shoot everything dead, like the way we've always been doing.
She's not here.
It's getting a little bit difficult to get the remote shaking motion to actually register sometimes. It's kind of obnoxious. I never would have guessed that you would get up. How unexpected. Oh, this fucker's vomiting, excuse me, sorry. Try and destroy him first, okay. Oh, I know she's taken to sing again.
Is that you?
Yes, it's karaoke night here at the dam.
Are you alright? Thank God you're okay.
I'm so sorry. I got scared and I...
What were you singing for, kid? You really want to draw attention to yourself right now?
At night, whenever I got scared of the dark, my mother would sing to me.
You know, it's like those people who use
Sing that at the church,
weird
too.
mnemonic devices for public speaking.
It's not safe here. We should keep moving.
Definitely shouldn't question it.
Wait. I know that voice.
Oh dear.
It's Javier.
Father!
What?
How unexpected.
Javier has a daughter?
That doesn't matter now. Let's go after her.
Hello. I guess we're not up. Okay, I guess this guy just headbutted me. In an instant. That's what I'm called for. He's my default response to most of the things that happen in this. Okay, hey there you are. Please, be a little more cooperative with me here. Oh boy. He's just right there.
All of this I've done for you. You need only to follow my directions for 15 years.
So you know, no big deal.
This will prevent the transformation. But please, my dear, you must be patient.
What the?
The man who gave us the Veronica virus told me it would work.
The Veronica virus?
How convenient that you should mention that in front of me.
These Americans cannot save you, my dear. Only I, your father, can help you now.
Manuela!
Too bad I can't...
The dreadful horror Claire had encountered.
Well,
Why did Javier give it to his own daughter?
gee, I don't know. It might be time for another recap. Already. Ooh, put a nice mnemonic device in that score. Guess 10. I got 10 headshots. I didn't think I got that many. But apparently my score wasn't enough to get a full SS or no damage clear. Oh well, I got the Granado launcher. Manuela Hidalgo, Hunter Gamma, Damn Worker Zombies, those Damn Worker Zombies, Anubis, Wolf Handle, Infiltration, Torrent. Head Shooter, okay. Did I get us some kind of, is that like an achievement, I guess? I pulled off 50 headshots, even though I definitely didn't do all of them right now. And I also got Zombie Shooter. Killed 100 zombies, right? Let's see. You can now learn about Manuela Hidalgo. Daughter of the target of their investigation. Her mother died when she was only 5 years old. Or did she? Certain event caused her to leave her life of luxury in Javier's mansion. Spent 3 days and 3 nights in the jungle and escaped to a village downriver called Misled, which once again is a Nahuatl name in South America, which makes a lot of sense, he lied. The village was destroyed by the BOW unleashed by Javier. And here's Hunter Gamma. Based on the amphibious Hunter Alpha and Beta developed by the European Umbrella Research Facility. If Hunter Alpha is the one that has the, like, evil reptile face that you see in Resident Evil 1, for example, I don't know how closely they would be. Its keen sensory ability makes up for its devolved eyesight. Inability to move outside of water makes it quite premature for use in all-purpose POW. Weaknesses are direct sunlight and exposure to dry air. It can be a great menace in places where water resources are plentiful. Also, these guys. Former workers who managed and maintained the Javier Dam were washed away when water from the dam was released and then attacked by Javier zombies. Oh well. That'll happen. Oh yeah, also that thing. Anubis. Volcano BOW, product of the project to develop a replacement VOW to the Hunter, by whom? No idea. It is a bat which incorporates insect DNA, I guess. And whose digestive organs have been done away with to drastically reduce weight. Can jump and move at surprising speed while still possessing incredible skeletal strength. Name Anubis is taken from the god in Egyptian mythology. Skillfully uses its talon-like claws to scale walls and ceilings. And from these vantage points hold its victims. It also can vanish in an instant, I guess, in items. Valve handle to use many things, but only in certain game, I guess. I don't know why we got the valve handle, but there you go. We got more cutscenes. None of which we've reviewed. There's apparently 4, 8, 12, 14 cutscenes left to unlock in Operation Javier, though, which kind of tells you that even though I'm fairly certain we're gonna be moving on to the next recap section now, we'll be going back. Can play either Claire Redfield or Steve Burnside, but who the fuck would want to play as Steve Burnside, honestly, if you played Code Veronica? Well, let's play as Claire. And let's just keep the rest of the stuff that we already have, sure. Have the grenade launcher. Actually, wait a minute. Before we continue on, let me see if I can't... if I have enough money to do anything with my regular gun. Don't think I do. I can improve reload speed, but that's not really too big of a concern right now, methinks. I'm probably gonna save up for whatever else I can upgrade after I get more money. I said whatever else. And I'll actually continue on with whatever it is we have. Game of Oblivion. That's the next part of this, chapter 1. Let's do it. So yeah, I guess we're just going straight into it. We're just gonna take another quick break so Leon can stop and tell Krauser more bedtime stories about
They were aristocrats.
Monstrous mutations.
Sustained by a greed for power. Having been involved in the foundation of Umbrella, the Ashford family had also independently performed research on the Veronica virus. However, 15 years ago, Alexander Ashford disappeared under mysterious circumstances. To make things worse, Alexander's daughter, Alexia, a child prodigy who played a key role in the research, died at a young age.
Or did she?
Her untimely demise brought an end to the Veronica project. And the Umbrella files show that all research was apparently lost. The Ashford lineage gradually lost its power to the corrupt hands of the Umbrella Corporation. Alexia's brother, Alfred, was demoted to a mere supervisor, and he was sent to command a private detention facility on an isolated island in the southern seas, alone.
Alone and with like 5 guards, I guess.
Here may be special, don't you, Alexia? It's almost like there's something I'm forgetting.
My dear Alfred, please be easy on yourself. Why don't you set down your burdens and play a game with me?
You're right, Alexia. Since you've come back, I've never been this happy.
Except apparently evil stuff is happening to the already evil island facility. What could be the cause of this? And moreover, will it be revealed with any kind of detail? Actually, don't remember.
Wait! I wasn't trying to escape. The alarm sounded and the door unlocked. I thought that I...
Rockford Prison, detainee 267. Guess you're not with Umbrella then, are you? I'm Claire Redfield.
Damn, girl. You scared me.
Eyes forward. So, what's your name?
My name's Steve. You don't look like one of them, Claire. They get you too?
Yeah, you could say that.
Those make me remember, or this make me wonder whether or not a certain scene Steve's father is gonna happen in this.
Biohazard?
Yeah. What an odd name. Never heard it in my life. And I guess none of these lights are breakable.
Explain everything. Let's just get out of here.
Well, feel free to leave. No one's stopping you.
Or are they? Heading look over there. Got more Samus, which I guess...
What's going on here?
No, it doesn't really translate quite so well to this version, but...
We've got 2 choices here. Kill or be killed. Your call.
Pretty sure this moment in the original version of Code Veronica is pretty much supposed to be...
I hope you know how to use that thing.
Fucking Claire is seeing zombies again after being super traumatized by Raccoon City, so this is supposed to be a lot more dramatic, but then you got all the quippy cutscenes that they have at the, to introduce this version. And it doesn't quite convey the same effect, So I'm pretty sure that she holding up fucking Steve didn't quite happen. I don't remember exactly whether or not that did happen, but I'm pretty sure it didn't happen as they show it here if it did.
This must
Oh
be a
boy.
detention facility.
Yeah, this is where I was locked up.
Anyone else in here with you?
Yeah. I broke free right after all this happened. I have no idea what caused this.
Look, there's some information I need to find out. Were there any computers around here?
There are 3. The guards have them. Only used them for games. Not porn, too.
Maybe I'll be able to find out what happened to Chris.
Yeah, I'm sure the computers will have all the, Who is he talking to, really? All the information we need.
I know.
Well, apparently there's nothing breakable here, except that.
Not again.
Never mind. But hey, buddy, know there's something else in the village.
What else are we gonna be dealing with?
Oh gee, I wonder.
Let's get
Can't really think
inside.
of anything. Oh, whatever it is, it's very, very crunchy and slithery.
Here we go.
Oh, I'll take this, please, if I can. I would like that, you see. Right, I guess maybe these cups will be breakable.
I know it's a mess, but feel free to make yourself at home.
Oh God. What happened here?
Wish I knew. I took off without looking back.
There it is. I'm gonna take a look.
I'm sure we'll just be able to get in there, even though there's a gate in the way. I'm just gonna keep shooting the thing that I'm intending to use. That's perfectly normal behavior.
I think it was just the wind. What are you trying to find out anyway?
That's not.
Yeah, I know, but hey!
That's all you know.
Great. Now I gotta deal with this girl's power trip on top of everything else.
Girls' power trip. Power trip for girls, I guess. At least it's not the grammar club.
Man,
Guess they didn't make it in time. Was he your cellmate?
I can't even tell anymore. Hey, I think we should go back. I have a bad feeling about this.
Go right ahead.
Okay, that one pillow that was concealed before has something inside.
So that's what's been making all the noise.
Get back!
It's a dead end!
Oh, well, apparently not a problem for their fucking Redfield though, with the clutch critical headshots. And hey, where did that guy come from? I sure do wonder.
I didn't see them hiding there.
I guess that's unimportant.
Let's go back. There's nothing left in here.
Nothing but paper towels, which are apparently very hard to knock down even with bullets. I'd say that's pretty remarkable.
There's another one coming in.
I mean, you already killed 3 of them. There's not really
Why not give him a hand?
that big of a deal, is it?
No time for jokes.
There's been a remarkably small amount of zombies in this part of the game so far, I gotta tell you. Hello.
It's getting a little claustrophobic in here.
So let's go in the corner. That'll help out.
Prisoners! Can't even tell who they are anymore. Hey, Mickey! Long time no see!
Oh well.
Adios, Antonio! Say hi to the missus!
Stop fooling around.
Yeah.
Well, nice to see that the stuff on outside of the stable will respond. I don't know if the amount of breakable stuff you break affects your score like it does in Umbrella Chronicles, but hey, might as well err on the side of caution here.
But we killed them all.
Yeah, I don't know how with our unlimited bullets that we have.
Well, you're not a complete waste.
Never would have envisioned something like that being possible.
This still works.
It's alright now
Looks
to
like my
do
brother
the
was never even here.
everything we came here
Umbrella
to do.
probably doesn't know where he is either.
Cinematography.
Why are they after him?
I don't know. But he's been missing for 3 months. I was in Paris looking for him. I broke into one of Umbrella's labs.
I don't know how I paid for airfare, but
And you were sent here.
What about you? What's your story?
It's dumb. You don't want to know.
Just tell me.
I didn't even do anything. Some other jackass screwed up.
okay, no, I guess they are gonna have that scene in this.
So we're in the
Wasn't
southern
sure if I could
hemisphere.
expect that or not.
Yeah. So you don't know much about this place, do you?
Have you heard of Argentina?
Apparently some noble family owned the joint. The Ashfords. That's Alfred.
Have you heard of
He's the
German
only surviving
refugees?
man. Rumor has it, he went mad from loneliness.
But why would anyone want to bomb this place? Anyway, I've got to contact Leon. He'll come for us.
Contact Leon. I've got a contact, comma, Leon. I'm sure he'll come for us. By the way, I'm pretty sure that's... that the mention is the only connection Leon has to the story of this game, and yet... still decided to make it one of the central games in... I mean, not like there are a terrible amount of them at this point. Or were there? No. Well, there were a couple, but I guess but what they actually wanted to do. There are a lot of games before a certain point to feature Leon in a prominent role. I think you know what certain point that is.
Guess they stopped following us. Something's in here.
But I find it kind of funny that, you know, they had been linked to this game by way of that mention, which is pretty much the equivalent of linking him to Survivor by the,
Looks like it's not just humans who've turned.
No, you don't say.
So you're the ones dragging the bodies underneath.
Yeah, how are you doing that anyway? And how do you survive after I
The more dangerous it will be.
put a million bullets into your fucking eggplant head?
Let's go.
It's an ambush!
Actually, Leon's linked to this game, if I can actually finish that thought this time. It's basically the same as linking him to Survivor, even though he's pretty much just... it's a single, completely meaningless mention in that, which is the... it's basically very badly done fanfiction to try and link a shittily made piece of work to something that's actually competent. Very much in the spirit of fanfiction. And why it probably would have been forgotten if it had been released without any kind of connection to, you know, this franchise. Survivor, that is.
Nothing but a solitary cell down that way.
Then we'll need to go this way.
Or maybe it would have been more of a... seriously, why don't you attack the guy that's in front of you? Why do you go for me? I say maybe it was more of a dead aim kind of situation where... and the reason it wasn't actually released with any kind of a connection to this franchise, but... actually no, yes it was. What the fuck am I talking about?
Time! They're closing in!
Unfortunately, Dead Aim, which I will not be playing because it's a game that's very, very marginally connected to this franchise. I forgot that it was. Well, it was basically one of the prototypes for a game that's one of the central games, the actual central games in the franchise. But it ended up being scrapped and turned into something different.
That might be our way out of here.
Let's find out.
And for a second... oh boy, well, hold on. I can't remember if they used this clip in the original Code Veronica or if they like re-recorded something for this. I do remember they used this particular song, but I don't remember about this specific clip. Yeah, just stand there. Why don't you?
Wait!
What are you gonna do? She must be out of her mind singing a lullaby at a time like this.
That's exactly why I can't leave her out here all alone.
Well, you gotta be kidding me. I should have just left you alone too.
I'm pretty sure they amped up the fucking lullaby angle though. I'm pretty sure she did sing that in the original Code Veronica, but
Where did that come from?
basically trying to link it back to the Operation Javier thing with Manuela singing. Okay, look, it makes sense because it has a precedent, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't used to the same effect originally. They really amped that up for this. And they also changed, a few details about the dynamic between the Ashfords.
Did you hear that?
As compared to the original, but
Sounds like maybe a bird?
I think that was just laziness. Yeah, birds, No big difference there.
I hope they don't come back.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go away anytime soon. They seem like they're comfortable where they are. Even though they went under the bridge for a bit. Hey, yo, hello. Ah, damn it. Oh well. I was trying to save on herbs, because I was hoping that I'd be close to the end of the chapter by now. But all these things, even before those were the last two hazards in the thing, and I literally just could have finished without using that, but that just happened. Or maybe not, I don't know. Since there were 8 chapters in the fucking Resident Evil 2 recap, I'd be surprised if this game does end up having about as many, even though Code Veronica as a standalone game was quite a bit longer than RE2 vanilla. Yeah, that'll take care of them. Oh wait, they're still there.
I'll go wherever you're going.
Well, maybe you should do a Botawa and just... Oh, well, they were... Is that basically the end? Why, yes. Why, yes it is. God damn it. And we get the same score thingy as before. Didn't get a no damage clear, but we do get a... Okay, I guess using a... What do you call it? Using a... first aid spray does not count as a continue, so we do earn no continue clear. Somehow. Claire Redfield at Rockford, which I guess is different from Claire Redfield at Raccoon City. Is there a zombie guard, zombie bat family picture? Oh boy. I guess these are the cutscenes and well off. What is that, like money? Just we'll go and check it out. I've collected 50,000 coins and you have blown all of them on upgrading the basic ass gun because you're a stingy fucker. Young man was imprisoned at the detention facility on Rockford Island. Stevie got to distrust not only other people but even himself, because that's something that's easily conveyed with words. He spent his days in confinement on the solitary island in deep sadness. He was quite an edgy guy. I'm pretty sure his voice was a lot more nasally in the original too, so there's that. Just keep that in mind. Finally returned hope to Steve's life was assaulted in prison by an unknown assailant, who I'm sure will remain unknown. And is in no way linked to the central narrative from Umbrella Chronicles, which we'll be doing after this, but in the midst of the chaos and confusion which resulted from the attacks, Steve escaped from the prison, and in the process had a fateful meeting with Claire Redfield, though they sought to escape from the island, though cocky on the outside and often reckless. He's a good-hearted kid who starved for love and affection, I guess. Also Claire. Continued her search for her brother Chris. When she heard that he had penetrated into the center of Umbrella's organization, she headed immediately for Europe, because she was so sure that he was just gonna stay there the whole time. Claire went undercover into Umbrella's Paris Research Laboratory. She was then discovered and captured by Umbrella security and sent to the Rockford Island prison facility. Shortly after her imprisonment, there was an attack on the island. Claire was released from her cell, after which time she met up with Steve Burnside. Further escape from the island. Kind of very reluctantly. They weren't really working together most of the time, though. Let's see. Graveyard zombie. Declared that after being infected by the T-virus, prisoner zombies mutated quickly. After rainwater help the T-virus penetrate. Guess people don't proofread this, huh? Once prisoners became infected, zombies were run security guards who worked under the jurisdiction of the Ashford family. So yeah, interesting aesthetic there. Bats infected by the T-virus, heightened awareness of sound, attacking swarms, their sharp fangs. Remember them being pretty annoying in one very specific part of Code Veronica. Which I'm fairly certain we'll see that depicted, but also got an item. Family picture photograph Steve carries around, shown here smiling with what looks to be his parents. Like, I don't know, maybe we get these items from getting like a higher score on each stage text file. So yeah. Haven't really been looking at these, have we? I think I'm somewhere south of the equator. The guy in the bunk below me, Bob, is a pretty interesting guy to talk to. If I gotta be locked up, at least I've got somebody to talk to. Bob told me why he was frauding here in the first place. He said he used to be an attendant for the guy that runs this place, some dude named Alfred. Said he made a little mistake and it pissed this Alfred guy off, so he had Bob frauded here. What does that mean anyway? What's gonna happen to me? Without warning, a group of military men took Bob to the building behind the guillotine stand. At midnight, I'll try to sneak out and see what's going on. Been hearing that anyone taken to that building never comes back. There are these really large plastic bags being taken out of that place almost daily. Not sure what that means. I'm sure you do, dear reader. Should never have gone there. Not sure what's going on in there, but last night I heard what I think was Bob screaming. Don't know what to do, I can't stop thinking about it. What are they gonna do to me? All my fellow inmates have been taken to that building. I know I'm next. It's obvious that this Alfred guy is doing something to everyone that was in there, using some kind of sick experiments or something. Well, that's a nice prospect. And movies. How many did we unlock this time? 3. It's like how they got the specific angle for that one movie. When glares at the computer. Well, let's see. Customize. So what shall I upgrade? Stopping power, capacity. Tempted to do stopping power. Don't know if capacity will be better though. If I upgrade capacity and rate of fire, it could be... You know what, I'm gonna do it. Upgrade capacity first. Can be upgraded to A rank even. Thinking if I upgrade capacity and rate of fire first, this could actually be pretty formidable. So I guess I'll do this one next, and maybe I'll actually bother to upgrade my reload speed, I don't know. I feel like that's the last thing I need to worry about right now though. Let's just continue. Yes, we're fine. We have 25 grenades, and I guess I'm not gonna use any of them. Just like I basically never used the grenades in Umbrella Chronicles, except for when I'm farming for a high score.
That woman. I wonder where she went.
I won't be surprised if we find a dead body.
Well, I don't know. She seemed like she knew what she was doing, clearly.
Hopefully this will lead us off the island. Bats!
Hey, what do you know?
Are they following us or what?
Well, it doesn't look like they're set.
Behind you!
It's impossible for you to...
I don't have time for this. Heck up!
Hello. You kind of have to keep an eye out for the bats that actually stop and try to attack you. Which is not really that many of them. I wonder if headshots also counts headshots that aren't actually critical hits. That would be nice.
I wonder what this building is for.
Here comes the welcoming party!
Well, we got one of them. At least. And well, you know, we locked the doggos at the front door of the mansion, which looks kind of familiar, doesn't it? I don't know if it does to Claire since she wasn't in, you know, RE1. She didn't see that mansion, but probably would to some of the other people from that game. It does look a little bit different though. Its layout. It's not exactly the same, but that will be made up for later. Okay, I guess maybe I already got that light. Oh, hello. You weren't here 2 seconds ago. This guy's really hardy. still seem terribly concerned about her. Even though we don't know anything about her. In actual reality. But I get the feeling that they made like the hitbox for getting critical hits in the Cerberus. But I get the feeling they made that a little bit smaller in this compared to Umbrella Chronicles. It's not like the aiming is any more precise, I'm not quite sure why they would do that. Okay, finally, I knew there was gonna be something there. Just a little too conspicuous. And there's another one. Maybe. Yeah, look at this beautiful painting.
That's her.
Of the other woman that we just saw. Perfectly lifelike.
Alexia Ashford.
Wait, she was part of the Ashford family?
It says here she died in 1983. That's 15 years ago.
One more year and she could have met Big Brother.
You said Alfred was the only surviving family member, right?
You know, death is very meaningful when BOWs are involved.
Feels like we're walking into a trap.
I wonder why. But we're gonna keep walking nevertheless, so.
The singing voice of a dead woman.
Oh, you know, I've heard worse premises.
We can always pretend we didn't hear anything.
Yeah, the tense silence is kind of defeated by the fact that you can just keep firing a ton of shots into anything. Also, this room seems kind of quiet when you consider that. I'm pretty sure in Code Veronica Vanilla. What's this fucking bulletproof tea set? Okay. So we need it for the cutscene, so we're not allowed to actually destroy it. Oh boy, it's this FMV that's from the actual Code Veronica game. And I kinda ruined it by putting a bullet decal in the middle of it. Oh boy. Oh, it disappeared. Never mind.
That's her again.
I can instinctively tell how people tell or look when they're younger or older.
Wait, that boy. Is that Alfred? Is that her brother?
What are they doing?
Oh, you know, perfectly normal infantile activities.
I think we've seen enough to know that this isn't a good idea.
Yeah. I think it's time to go.
Oh, really? Okay, somebody put the paintings back up. That's not suspicious. I guess it was these guys. Yeah, it is nice, actually. They're very considerate to the feng shui of the room. There we go, finally. One of those. At least we get more money from that. So there you go. Hey, Hawkeye, what's up? Guess we can break the lights again, even though we already got the stuff from it. How do we get more money? That's right. I don't remember if we get like extra money. I'm pretty sure we don't. Maybe we get like a higher objects destroyed count in Umbrella Chronicles. As opposed to this one.
I am Alfred Ashford, son of Alexander Ashford.
That's him.
Why have you come to disturb us? Was it you? Was it you who spread that wretched virus across my island?
That's got nothing to do with us. Look, we all need to get out of here right now, okay?
Out of here. Gotta get that contraction across.
Just now return to me. Why would I want to leave?
Who? You mean Alexia?
She always did enjoy playing games. And she has come up with the most splendid game for us to play.
Games.
If you survive our challenge, I will personally present you with a getaway plane as your prize. Ready? Let the game begin!
Yeah, I don't know about the rules of this game.
Run, my little rats.
Perhaps we need to
Just hiding here like this.
review the protocol.
We need to fire back.
Well, where is he exactly? We're not gonna have to play Sniper Elite with... Where you're the only person who doesn't have an actual sniper rifle, though. Oh, hello. I guess we missed that earlier.
Don't you love this game?
No, not really. I think it's kind of unbalanced.
What's the matter, my little rats? Aren't you having fun?
Well, thank goodness we can both get shot in the head like 10 times.
I'm not gonna die here.
You're doing so well, my little rats.
You son of a... Stop!
Or at least now the painting's up. Hello. Actually stay in place. Oh, hey, it's a freaking vomiter. So no, that guy needs to go first. This might also be a good time to use one of them herbs, because I don't know how many of them we can actually carry around at the same time.
The game must go on. Come to the training field for your next challenge. If you win, I'll let you leave the island.
The training field? You mean that place?
You can't trust him. This is obviously a trap.
I know. But I don't think we have much choice here. We either stay here and possibly die, or catch him and find out how to get off this island. It's one or the other.
All right. Let's get this over with.
Now you're talking. I'm no rat, and I'm gonna make that very clear to him.
Now let's just do as our enemy says. Play into his hands. Oh, it's a checkpoint. I thought that was gonna be the end of this stage, but I guess not. Pretty sure too that the whole game thing is just something that they also played up for this version. Don't think that was very... Don't remember if that was even present at all in the original Code Veronica. Or it's just like, hey, Alfred wants to kill us. We're just gonna keep exploring the island, and then eventually we run into him from time to time, and we're gonna try to not die, you know. But it's not like we're being roped up into some kind of bizarre Danganronpa game or anything.
We'll be fine.
Or Soul game, I don't know. Oh, damn it.
What was that?
Yeah, that was a hunter, which... I guess you're supposed to be kind of aware it's not really a thing on the island. Normally.
It's not a zombie.
If you believe the lore about how hunters are made, that guess that kind of depends on your definition of zombie.
What kind of freak show is this place? I'm gonna start charging admission.
We're not the owners of this place. We should have been the ones paying for our ticket if, you know, anything else, or if anything. I know how to say idioms. Why is it so hard to get a fucking crit in this?
Time for this.
Oh well, he got nicked. What a shame. Oh, there we go. Which you can kind of notice if you look closely into the shirt. The hunter has like a fucking... And not just this one, but the one that we killed before. They have fucking like scouters from Dragon Ball. And there's a reason for that, they're not normal hunters. Where they just try to kill you and that's it. ABS, this time it was just an A rank, I guess. Don't continue clear and... Okay, I guess you do get more score if you... Fuck. guess we could have gotten a better rank with enemies somehow, I don't know how. Guess if you continue with, without having continued and without having continued with first aid spray, you do get more points, so there you go. Message to the new family. Mad. Trigger happy. Trigger happy. What? Wasn't that something I already had? Let's see. I fired more than 10,000 rounds. Okay, there you go. And there's Alfred Ashford. 6th generation head of the Ashford family and chief executive officer of Umbrella Corporation. Graduated from a well-regarded British university in 1993. We're not going to tell you which one though, just use your imagination, and was given control over the Antarctic and Rockford Island bases. He squandered his responsibilities by using the island for his own private torture facility. He also had a strange obsession with adorning the base with military collectibles. To Umbrella, Alfred was an encumbrance. Nothing more than a petty dictator attempting to emulate greatness that was far beyond his reach. His mental breakdown accelerated as he spent his days obsessing over the restoration of his family's power. Even though he was ostensibly the last living member of his family, or was he? Establishes one of the world's few noble dynasties by its beautiful and very well. Few noble dynasties. I don't think that's phrased quite. No, that makes an awful lot of sense. I think they would have meant last few noble dynasties. I don't know. Ashford dynasty has been passed down a line of direct descendants generation after generation. 5th generation family head Edward Ashford co-founded the pharmaceutical corporation Umbrella with another noble family, the Spencer family, also James Marcus, but since this isn't Umbrella Chronicles, I guess we don't care about him. Though only a mere shadow of its former glory, young Lord Alfred Ashford, while acting as commander of the remote island of Rockford, was eagerly laying a scheme to restore the Ashford dynasty to what it was somehow. Actually not sure how that would have worked. Sir Alfred, congratulations on your... I think this is for something that's lifted from Code Veronica Vanilla that you use for a puzzle, like have to look at the paintings in a room in the right order. An earthenware vase according to the Ashford family tradition. Tradition first began when a butler presented a golden teacup as a commemorative gift to Miss Veronica. The founder of the Ashford family, her intelligence and beauty are legendary. Second and third masters, Stanley and his son Thomas, were also presented with similar teacups. Was their hope to achieve the glory Miss Veronica did before them. Position of family master then shifted from Sir Thomas to his twin brother Sir Arthur, then went to Sir Edward, your grandfather. It was when the Ashford family enjoyed its golden age. It was also Sir Edward's achievement that established the large chemical enterprise Umbrella Incorporated. When Sir Edward passed away and your father, Sir Alexander, succeeded to the position, the glorious Ashford family gradually began to sink. Oh well, this vase continues to shine eternally even though it's earthenware. I don't know if that's very shiny. Says Scott Harmon, the butler, and... Alexia, my sister, is a genius and possesses unmatched beauty. She's everything to me. Would overcome any obstacle and be willing to risk my life for her. For Alexia, must remember the glorious Ashford family name, which fell during the era of my father Alexander. Build a palace where only nobles may gather. Cannot allow the unwashed to see my dear Alexia, to whom my life is devoted. Accomplishments will be proof. All other people are meaningless and they shall prostrate themselves before Alexia and me. Alright. So yeah, he's a bit obsessed, you might say. Guess that was just the one FMV in this chapter. Can we upgrade reload speed? We can, but... No, I think I'm gonna wait, save up for rate of fire. Reload speed is like bottom tier priority of the stuff you can upgrade on that gun, as far as I'm concerned. So let's see. Might be about to meet one of the hazards.
Could be hiding anywhere.
Can I have to deal with in Code Veronica Vanilla by virtue of having to go through this area quite a few times back and forth.
It's too quiet. Nobody seems to be here.
It has to be behind this door.
Okay, I was gonna say, am I just that terrible at aiming? And apparently I am.
You should be careful about this.
Guess this is the training field. Hold on, how many herbs do we have right now? I have 1 herb, what? I guess herbs don't carry over between chapters as I thought they did. Okay, I guess I should be less less stingy about using them.
And by that you're referring to yourself, right? Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, he can clearly hear you. You know, it's like, I don't know, watching a video and then you backtalk to the person in the video and then when they don't respond, got him. I was gonna say, I do seem to remember this area getting blocked off.
I'm not some kid who's afraid of the dark.
Steve, the guy's nuts. Don't trust him.
Great. Another cheap scare. Ah, I've had enough of this.
Oh, thank goodness these things are explosive.
What's this?
Oh, hey there, big scooters that are of a different kind of appearance. They don't have giant beady eyes, so they do have a weak point. It's not quite as evident as the other scooters that do have the giant beady eyes. Oh well.
In the Book of World Records.
Well, maybe it will be if we survive this. Maybe that would be against the rules, though. Like artificially engineered, evil, giant mutant insects or arachnids. Which are, you know, technically a separate thing. Aren't really a natural phenomenon, are they? So it doesn't really make sense to include them in a record book. Okay, I guess I got that guy with a headshot, even though I couldn't see it. That guy I did see. I just hold still for a second. There we go. Oh boy, here we are. Pretty sure this part, from what I remember, is gonna be pretty different from how it was in Code Veronica original.
Let's go up.
I don't even remember if this particular room featured any encounters with Alfred, but no, he's here now.
Welcome to the training grounds. It's just no fun if you hide. Come on out. I promise not to kill you. Just yet.
Cover me.
All right.
Oh, I tried. Okay, got him that time.
He's begging to get his ass kicked.
Well, it does seem to be kind of working out for him. He's fucking... He's taunting.
What the hell did he just throw?
A grenade, you know. We have those, I just never use them. Maybe I should use them here just to see if I can like cheese this.
I'm so afraid.
Or not.
Get away!
I think it's a little too late, damn it.
Steve, calm down. You need to focus.
I got it. You don't have to tell me.
Hey, we got more grenades, what do you know? And there's the evil mansion home that he has in the distance. Fucking house on the haunted hill. If you would. What? What am I picking up there? Whatever it was, I hope I did pick it up. Oh, there's like fucking gold bars in the dispensing thing for that machine. Did not even realize until before I picked it up. Well, we managed pretty okay up until that point, so I don't know what you're so worried about. Go to heaven. Well, now this area, I'm pretty sure, is really different from how it was in the original. It was like,
This guy definitely needs his head examined.
pretty sure in the original Code Veronica, this is where like you first meet the Bandersnatches, which are like mini tyrants,
This guy has problems.
which are not that different from hunters.
Don't let him provoke you.
How rude! I was merely trying to be kind.
But I'm pretty sure instead of featuring that, this version just changes it to just a little bit more gimmicky with a whole sequence that was absent from the original.
Looks like nothing's here.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I'm sure it'll be perfectly fine to just fucking go in there. So let's go right ahead, I suppose. Oh wait, there's one. Wondering when these guys were gonna show up.
Just keep on coming.
Boy. Well, at least they don't take that much to take down. So let's take a moment. I'm pretty sure Steve's being attacked right now. Let's actually use this since I guess there's not as good of a reason to. Okay, never mind.
Steve here shall protect you from all evil spirits.
Yeah, that was all you.
Yeah, right. By the way, thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna mock you, but by the way, thanks. Well, at least the Bandersnatches don't seem like they're gonna be as much of a nuisance as they were in the actual game. Because that long arm basically means they can smack you from far away repeatedly for pretty modest amount of damage. Yeah, like that. Exactly. Thanks for demonstrating.
How do you like that, huh? You damn freak! Is that all you got? Are you done? Or you got some more?
More for my little rat.
And I just stand in this exact position and point my hands.
This island is messed up. We definitely gotta get out of here.
What happened to you on this island, Steve?
Nothing. I just can't forgive what's happened here.
Well, that super dramatic scene with fucking Steve's backstory, which is not at all, you know, laughably badly done, should be coming up before too long. Now we got Kill House, which I'm pretty sure is a completely new addition to this version. This was completely absent from the original. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how that goes.
Steve, we'll do whatever it takes to get through this, okay?
Okay. That'll work. I'm sure there will be no... no complications whatsoever. No, you couldn't have tried to... what do you call it? You couldn't have thought to...
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know, climb the wire mesh or anything. Just play straight into what this guy wants you to do. I mean, it does seem to be living up to his word in making this work. You're not completely unreasonable way. Okay, now apparently we need to shoot the targets that don't have the skulls on them. Well, that's actually a little more manageable than the fucking actual target range things are. If only, or if nothing else, because we have more experience with actual zombies, then hey, nowadays a Magnum just fucking laying on the floor there. For my benefit. Too far, and apparently one of the actual targets we had to shoot had a shield over it, so that's very nice. Hold on. I will take this opportunity to herb up again. So we're definitely past 50% health at that point.
Which way? Doesn't matter. It's just gonna be more of the same.
I don't know, let's go right, I guess. Just keep hugging the wall. That'll work out for us. We're just gonna leave them behind and hope we can just out-power walk them.
Come on! Don't you got anything else?
Guess not. Okay, yeah, you do need to hit over the shield, that's kind of mean. Maybe you're supposed to use, you know, the special guns, but I like to think that I've transcended the need for the special guns now that I've upgraded the regular handgun so much. It's clearly how that works.
Damn it! I swear I'm gonna make this guy pay for this! How can you toy with people like this?
Well, I'm sure it's...
I'm not gonna die. Not here.
I'm sure it's easier than you think.
What the hell is Alfred gonna show his ugly face?
I'm sure it'll be very soon.
Hey! How about showing yourself, huh, Alfred? You yellow son of a bitch!
Fucking Steve, this is the year of our Lord, whatever year this is supposed to be. How can you say something like that?
How long can you put up with this?
It's all up to you.
Call him white, though, that's perfectly acceptable. It's not a double standard or anything.
Sick when I hear you say my name.
But I don't have any sense
He's just looking for attention. Wow, he's even more immature than I thought.
Sounds like we're getting there. All of his victims will be happy to see his miserable face when they make him pay.
You know, you would have thought that he would have taken that opportunity to just keep saying Claire's name to fuck with her, but apparently not. Well, how convenient of him for the arrows on the floor to actually show the correct path and not be misdirection, like in The Shining. I don't know.
Be careful. We don't know what's down there.
Well, we can kind of look by, you know, using the advantage of height that we have here. Can get a pretty good look at what's down there before you actually go there. I'm pretty sure you could have taken a few more pot shots at these guys before you climb down, but...
You're gonna be dead soon.
Got him. But no. Well, you know, it's the end goal. Pretty sure this won't be a trap at all with something like that. Hey, but you know, that actually worked.
This place is so
That big gun on the side. Didn't even know what that was. Maybe a grenade launcher. It does make me feel kind of uneasy to know. Hello. Well, gee, I sure could have avoided that. Thanks for that.
Enough already!
Well, if you would get out of the way, maybe I could have gotten a headshot on that guy. So you fucking aiming at him at point blank range and you're doing worse than I am. That should say something. Hello, those. Those which are not completely stopped even if you shoot at them in midair.
Made it, suckers! Who's next, huh? Keep them coming!
Oh, I don't know.
Hey! Is that it? I was hoping for a challenge. Hey!
Yeah, it seemed
Come on out!
remarkably... Boy,
Done already? I was just warming up!
remarkably simple for what it was. Expected a little more unfairness. Considering...
Lose my mind if I stay here any longer.
You know who's behind the whole thing, but maybe not. Oh, we still got a checkpoint. Oh boy. If this is still not the actual end of the stage, I'm gonna be surprised. At how much some of these are actually dragging on for.
Damn it! Crying out loud, stop doing that!
Stop doing what? Cannibalism? And I think Hasami's gonna listen if you tell it to do that. Kinda have to force it to. That's actually kind of amazing that we didn't notice these things earlier, isn't it? Or that thing for that matter. Ow.
You feel better now?
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll feel fantastic when we get to the end of this room. That fucking comical spinning chandelier, which doesn't even fall off after all that. I'm pretty sure that this is the room where that one scene I'm thinking of happens. So, you know, look forward to that. Yeah, all this floor looks perfectly stable. I'm sure it'll be sitting pretty right here.
What just happened?
Yeah, just fucking shaking back and forth will help. Shoot these guys in the head. All these guys, of which apparently a lot more of them appear than you would have thought possible. Okay, I'm just gonna look at these guys over there, even though they're protected by that impregnable wooden handrail. Or not. Just decided to drop in. Oh, hey, there's an actual lady zombie, I think. How unusual. Don't even remember if there were any female zombies in Code Veronica Vanilla. Yeah, let's just waltz on out of here. I'm sure it'll be as simple as that. It's not like this guy will show up.
No! You gotta be kidding me! Leave her alone!
Steve!
Let her go!
Oh boy, well, I think that's the end of the stage.
He is.
Probably.
Was. My father.
What?
He worked for Umbrella. Nobody, just another face in the crowd. He was a rat. A mole. He tried to leak some data, make some quick cash, but they caught him. And they killed my mother. And then they took me.
Steve.
It was his fault. He was stupid. He was... Let's go.
Okay, no, I guess we're not done with the stage yet. This is a remarkably long stage in that case. And I guess I shouldn't be entirely surprised considering, Jesus Christ, how long Code Veronica was to begin with.
But let's not forget the game, shall we? Your next and final challenge awaits within
Oh shit, I missed something.
Wherever you are is where I'm going! And when I find you, I'm gonna rip you to pieces!
Ooh, splendid! But first, how about a little brain teaser? The girl and boy, destined to be one, reveal the way.
Girl
There
and
we go.
boy. What?
Take your time to think about it.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna click my tongue, I guess. Well, kind of funny you should say that, isn't it? Surely. Yeah, okay, maybe we get a boss at the end of this stage. It's just this fucking annoying worm, which is kind of perennially here. In this area, in the original Code Veronica. Yeah, there we go. Guess we get a boss fight to end this off. So it's kind of like the Gravedigger worm, but I'm pretty sure it's different. And holy crap, we have a lot of stopping power with this gun now. Really just gonna kill it with the fucking handgun.
What the hell is that?
Or maybe not, I don't know. But sure, it's not supposed to die at this point. Canonically, it doesn't die until a later point in the story when Chris shows up. You know, spoilers.
Trying to keep us here.
It's the second half of the game. It's the second disc of the original game. Fucking Code Veronica. Resident Evil game so long that it came on 2 discs. That should give you an idea of how unnecessarily long it was.
Where did it go?
2 discs on PS2 at that. Even though the original came out for the Dreamcast, but I wouldn't be surprised if that one also had 2 discs. I'm not as knowledgeable on some things, some parts of this as others, but... Hey, well, you know, it's fucking Hellfire's back. It's almost as if that first part was just a fake out. Or something. As if it should be kind of alarming that... or kind of conspicuously irregular that... we can do this damage to it, this much damage to it with just a regular handgun. So you wouldn't even have to reload between these fucking volleys of shit that we're doing. Just keep doing it for convenience. Oh gee, now what? I wonder if we're actually making progress or if we have to do something specific like shoot the barrel of the explosive barrel that it sometimes tries to throw. Oh shit. Hold on, let me use my last herb. To prevent a stupid death from happening, though I'm pretty sure it can still be prevented by the fact that we have a first aid spray on standby.
How did he train that thing?
How indeed. Or did he do it all by itself and he's just faking it?
It's gone under again. Where is it?
Okay, here we go again. I guess this boss fight is, well, quote-unquote boss fight is actually way more protracted than I would have thought. What do you know? We might actually kill it this time, or at least end the fight. Perhaps, just perhaps, finally after all those rounds. There we go.
Is it over?
Yeah, I don't think it is really, but I guess for the purposes of this, it very well.
Took care of his little pet.
Or it might as well be.
Next.
Yeah, you got him. Got him. There you go. And really now I managed to not die. That took 25 minutes with 57 seconds, which apparently not quite up to A rank, but kinda close, which surprises me. All collected we have 23,000 gold, okay. Trainee zombie. Black Widow, Father Zombie, Veronica Ashford, Secretary's notes. Message written on a wall in the training facility. Oh yeah, I think we kinda glossed over that, didn't we? Headhunter trophy. Again, head shooter, head hunter. 100 headshots. There you go. Text, enemies. Before being turned into zombies, these people were once trainees in Umbrella Special Forces. Someone or something attacked them and infected them with the T-virus. Spider-based BOW Black Widow. Specially developed and trained as BOWs before being sent to Rockford Islands. I guess they're somewhat controlled, I don't even know. Creature's result of a failed human experiment to fuse Steve Burnside's father with a virus. Like any other zombie, it has very little intelligence. I don't think they tried to, like, make him specifically into a BOW. It's just like generic zombie number 71519. Veronica Ashford, matriarch and first lady of the Ashford family, known for her remarkable combination of intellect and beauty. At a very young age, she demonstrated extraordinary aptitude in every subject. Especially well versed in mathematics, biology, and linguistics. By the age of 10, she already had a postgraduate education, that's plausible, and was fluent in 10 languages. She learned one language when she was 1, then another one when she was 2, and that's how it worked, clearly. With her good looks and captivating manner of speaking, she would charm everyone she came into contact with. She naturally won over faithful servants. The legend of her charm has been handed down to posterity. She is still praised and revered by her descendants to this day. I guess. Secretary's notes. 4 years have passed since I began serving Sir Alfred. He doesn't trust anyone. Even though I'm his attendant, he is still strictly prohibited from entering his private house. He lives with his twin sister Alexia in his private house on the hill. I've seen someone standing by the window of the house. It might have been Alexia, whose extreme beauty is often talked about. I once asked Sir Alfred about this, but it only angered him. Even though I'm his attendant, he shows me zero leniency. I get the feeling that if I ask about Alexia again, it might be the last thing I ever say. Says Robert Dawson. Dear son, the T-virus will soon destroy everything. Son, I was ineligible. Know how dreadful the virus is. Once the virus infects a certain percentage of the island, it cannot be reversed or stopped. Remember that once it enters into the body, illegible virus controls it, and what comes out to spread the virus, illegible number will explode. Can't ask you to forgive me if your brother was killed because of me. I won't deny illegible that I know. Just know that I'm sorry for what I've done. Still don't understand what happened and why things went the way they did. I think you know better than to come back here, but if you're reading this, it means that you're still here. Must leave as soon as possible. This place will be wiped illegible. I'll be dead by then. Love you and I'm sorry. Oh well. Too late and too illegible. Just one more cutscene. Jesus Christ. Okay, we should be able to get something good though. We can get capacity up to a S rank. I don't know if I should go for that or rate of fire. What if I just go fucking whole hog and rate capacity again? Okay, S rank is max capacity, so I guess I'll go for rate of fire next. Pretty sure that's what I should go for at this point. Don't think I'll need terribly much. Like the only other thing that I could say is the next thing I want is probably stopping power after rate of fire. Alright, now we're perfectly fine right now with this loadout. So let's continue the story. Slowly shooting out the lights that are presumably down there, but apparently find nothing.
The boy and the girl.
My bet is it's connected to that music box we saw.
We have to go back to that room then.
Claire.
What?
Don't you see them?
Oh, okay. Well, maybe they would have left us alone if you hadn't, you know, called attention to them. So nice going, nerd. You know, just stand right there. Yeah, this is a good idea. I don't know, maybe get a higher score in these stages at the bats by like throwing a grenade in the middle of them.
Must have been my imagination.
Oh boy.
Let's get going.
There we go.
There could be anything hiding in here.
You're right.
Give me a break.
I know. You're cute when you're scared.
Oh boy.
Oh, shut up.
But I have no comeback to that. Beyond that statement. I'm not really... Well, actually, it is kind of out of nowhere. It's how most of these Sambos just show up in these rooms when they were not there several seconds before. See, you're making those kinds of jokes. How do you expect the other guy to keep his mouth shut in turn? Have to not be too hypocritical with that to actually, you know, be corresponded. Well, here we are again.
This must be it.
Alright, well.
So, we need to make them meet, right?
I'm sure they meant for this to be done with guns. Alright, he's over there. Now we gotta shoot fucking knights. And then we gotta shoot the bear that's just protecting the lady at the top. There you go. Gee, that worked out.
Well, that's a complicated way to open a door.
Means someone really doesn't want anyone to go inside.
I mean, somebody is okay with other people using guns to shoot their antique music box. Gee, I wonder if there's anything behind us. Oh boy, that might be the Bandersnatch. That's really annoying that shows up here. Why do you know? What's really annoying in the original Code Veronica, I don't know. It's gonna be quite so much so in this version. Because apparently in this one we're just kind of allowed to walk away from it. Without too much complication. Well, then it catches up to us, so it's not so fun. So I guess we're en route to the mansion where Alfred lives right now.
Check that out! I think we did well.
I'm pretty sure these lion heads, or whatever they are on the walls here, are also destructible, but kinda need to look at them first. Can we please turn around? I'm gonna have to take care of this guy first, I guess, but then... There we go. Had a faint memory of there being at least one archive file in one of those.
They don't want us to discover.
What? There's something there. What was that? Okay, an herb. Oh gee, it sure is quiet out here. Just destroy their antique masonry and then...
I attacked this island upon hearing the news of an awakening, but it seems it was a pretense.
Are we hearing his voice right now? Or...
Who is it?
Though ironically, I feel you will lead me to the truth regardless. Chris's little sister.
That's a nice effect.
You're nothing more than a coward! Show yourself, damn it!
Can't even remember if he shows himself to Claire at any point during that game, or if it's just Chris.
You mentioned my brother's name.
I think so. But I'm pretty sure if that's the case, it's not this early on. Alright. Now I'm pretty sure you know who that was, but... What the fuck is this guy? Fucking Splinter Cell gear. Okay, this fucking zombie has sickle physics. I didn't even realize that until now. That's a nice addition. That's completely necessary. That's something that makes you question, oh boy. Question whose decision it was to, spend time on that, but... it sure is a thing that exists. Oh, and they puke too. Wonder if they're trying to tell us anything.
I swear, if he was the one who attacked this island...
Let's deal with that later. Right now, we need to focus on how to get off this island.
Yeah, let's just take a nice little stare down of the door and the facade, even though...
It's creepy.
Pretty sure there's like a couple of zombies left alive behind us. I guess we're gonna patiently wait for us to take in the
Alfred is
sights.
here, somewhere.
Well, you don't know that, but... I'm sure he hangs out here from time to time. Does seem like a cozy place. Especially with what we have in the middle of this room. And the funny thing, oh shit. Funny thing is you never actually get a... You know, that giant dolphin is still present in the original Code Veronica, but because of the weird Resident Evil camera angles that you get in the actual vanilla games, you never really get a good look at it. It's just kind of there. And you haphazardly see bits and pieces of it, and what do you call it? On the edge of the screen when you're climbing up the stairway. And of course, whoever you're playing as when you're pretty sure is clear at that point doesn't actually comment on it. I don't remember if you ever take control of Steve in the original Code Veronica, actually. I think you might for a couple of moments, but certainly not for most of the game, as you can in this. Yeah, sure is. That was a nice line to have in there for sure. That wasn't awkward at all.
Let's just keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll leave us alone and not somehow jump up here like Patrick's cousin back there did. Hey, what do you know? How unexpected.
There's another one. Stay focused.
Well, at least it's got a big head. I'm pretty sure, unlike most of these zombies, most of it counts as a critical hit. Instead of just the upper part of the forehead. Well, I gotta tell you, with all of these...
Veronica virus. No, I can't remember anymore. My head is ready to explode. Alexia.
Well, first of all, let's see what we got here, I guess.
Please don't be so hard on yourself, brother. We can still have much fun playing our game.
I'm sure they won't hear the gunshots outside.
Yeah, she is alive after all. I knew something was wrong.
Let's finish this.
The fuck was that accent? Alright. So we can just barge in on Alexia and her brother. Sure, it will just be that straightforward as all that. Okay, I guess these lights are unbreakable. Isn't it funny how we keep running into those?
There's probably another hidden passage in here somewhere.
Maybe. Let's look for one.
Oh, I wonder. Where could it be? Could it be there? Could it be in the... in these paintings? Could it be... there? Now that we've screwed up the... We really need to keep doing this
Just keep shooting until we find it.
Okay. Keep shooting at that? No? I thought we actually had to keep shooting at the... Oh, okay. Yeah, what do you know? Actually had to shoot out the lights, I guess that's why we couldn't... That's kind of fucking weird. We somehow couldn't shoot out the lights before that point, because I guess we had to do it specifically
This place is
at that moment.
Why would he need these?
But now that we trip that flag, suddenly they're destructible. It's not really intuitive, I gotta tell you.
What is this room for?
Well, doesn't it look fun?
This doesn't look like a study to me. It's just a toy room.
Isn't he too old for toys?
Oh boy, hold on. I want that gold bar. There we go. Now she has.
You finally meet Claire Redfield. I am Alexia Ashford, and on behalf of my brother, I will now say goodbye.
Oh yeah, this will be very straightforward, I'm sure. Also note the ant painting back there, I'm pretty sure that's no accident.
This is where you two are going to die.
Can we shoot that shallow? I'm kind of concerned about, you know, destructibles here, but I also don't want to get shot in the face by her. I say her, but okay, that is destructible. I was wondering about that. Now I think we're managing. So, I don't know. Should it really be that surprising though?
I'll make you wish you never said that. No one disrespects my dear brother.
Like we give a shit.
Parental advisory, strong language. But hey, we did it. Shot that wig off very, very precisely.
Shit!
Oh hey, he dropped his plane key.
A wig. So Alfred was playing two roles all by himself.
He couldn't bear the fact that his sister was dead.
Yeah, it's as simple as that, clearly. Well, here we got what we wanted, didn't we? I guess we did, because it's over, right? That was only a B rank for half of that, though. Only 99 enemies eliminated counts as a B rank, but I guess it was because of the bats. Guessing there's a way we can get a lot more kills, sir. Okay, at least we did decently. And we have more than 12,000 gold now, so 102 secret passage notes in this paper clipping the truth. So the first thing I want to do actually is upgrade my rate of fire before I forget. It is now A rank, and it still has more room for upgrade, so there you go. Yeah, right. Let's check the archives, let's see. Hunter 2, which does have the Dragon Ball Scouter thingy, as you see. BOW developed by a rival company, based on leaked data on Umbrella's BOW. It's governed to only attack designated targets. A certain individual is thought to be behind a Hunter 2 attack on Rockford Island, but a motive has yet to be determined. There's an enhanced subspecies with a reddish skin called the Sweeper, which I think has the skill that some of the hunters have from the first game, where they just insta-kill you by swiping your head off their claws. Underground passage which leads to the mansion where Alexia and I live has been badly damaged, although I can never allow the unwashed to see Alexia again and continue using the underground waterway either. Perhaps I'll have those prisoners build a bridge. Must be a gorgeous bridge befitting the perfection of Alexia, of course. Must dispose of everyone involved in the construction of the bridge after it is complete, so that no one will know of the existence of our mansion. I've made the entrance on the waterway such that no one but I can enter. Well, I don't know if anyone's gonna be doubting the existence of that mansion, since it's just, you know, in plain sight if you're just outside. 10-year-old girl genius graduated at the top of her class from a prestigious university. The international corporation Umbrella offered her the position of head researcher. Okay. Surely wonder who that could have been. Right, we'll unlock the remaining 8 or 9 cutscenes very soon. You know, we're going up to like part 4 or 5 of this.
What is this key for?
I guess we'll find out when we reach the airport.
How dare you destroy my world? But you did remind me of one very important thing. I no longer need these toys.
What now?
The self-destruct system has been activated.
Hey, what do you know?
All facilities across the island will be terminated. Please evacuate the premises immediately.
Never could have seen that one coming.
It can't be serious.
Such an uncommon thing to see in these games.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Hey guys, y'all came to say goodbye?
We don't have time for jokes.
Well, I think we do. It's the other thing we do have time for, as a matter of fact.
Tell Alfred to take care!
I'll see you later, nerds. Hey, here's one of these splinters. And here's another one, jeez. I sure do wonder who could be sending them after us. Certainly aren't any suspects I can think of so far. Ah, Jesus. There we go. I was worried I wasn't actually going to be able to pick that up. Oh, I think this is going to work out. Oh, I didn't actually pick up the gold bars yet. I was wondering about that.
You guys too! Alright?
Alright, I guess now that you're no longer in the way, just gotta take care of your friends over here. Right, off we go to the airport. Thank goodness we know exactly where that is. And know our way around the island, just like we've lived here our entire lives. This is not to be questioned. There we are. Oh, for goodness, these guys are being very chivalrous and on the attack one at a time. I thought I was gonna take a hit there, but I guess not. Oh. Okay. Oh, there's a... Oh shit. And there's not shot throw shit at us. Oh boy. At least we do get to hear the dulcet tones of Alfred's singing voiceover. I thought it was dead. Assuming it's the same one. Okay, well now it's dead. Let's very, very slowly clear our way here. These guys are all patient enough to just wait while I slowly shoot them in the head. Yeah, this does seem... It seems to be kind of weird, like how are they all able to rip big rocks out of the ground like that? Actually kind of questionable. And this is actually starting to give me... make my fingers start to cramp up. Rate of fire might not have been such a great idea with that in mind. I'm sure this guy can't possibly stand up. He's agreeing with me.
To be or not
I don't think that's how that goes, but okay. Slings and arrows, as they say. Oh, but there is. See. We just do it very. Oh, what the fuck? There's another one. Like, vomits, and it's completely fucking blocked from view because this fucker's in the way. It's not very nice of you to do that. Oh, hello. Yeah, I see them, don't worry. There we go. Oh, thank goodness they only ever drop down after they die. Otherwise that would be a pretty poor indicator of their having been neutralized. Oh, hello. I see that. Those gold bars over there.
I can't see anything from here. Is it too risky to go down?
I don't know.
We have no choice.
Right.
Well, I see that shitty harpoon bow gun down there, but... I didn't. I was hoping they really wouldn't. Oh. Okay, that works. So are we actually gonna kill all of them, or are we just running away from them? Because I can't see shit right now, I'll tell you. Oh, there you are. I guess so. I mean, we're kind of just shooting them all right now. We seem to be having as big of a problem with that as your dialogue suggests. We shot them all, even though we said we weren't gonna do it. Isn't that incredible? But we're indecisive. You guys to wait for me to reload my gun sometimes. It's very considerate.
Congratulations! You've activated my doll. That should take care of you.
Oh yeah, there's I almost forgot. I actually popped into my head a little while ago. But I forgot about it until now. Yes. Well, this game, I don't know about this version, but Code Veronica, the original, has one of the most annoying tyrant fights in the whole series, and here he is now, even though... This isn't even the guy, or the fight that I'm thinking of specifically. No, the time that I'm thinking of, I don't even know if it's in this version, but I'd be too surprised if it were. Oh, he did. Well, not completely dead, but his health bar is depleted, so you would think that the time would be over. I'm pretty sure the model for his face is more or less the same as for the Mr. X model that you get in the, Resident Evil 2 recap.
Wait, something is wrong here.
We don't have time. Let's go.
Code Veronica in progress.
Claire!
Open gate 2B for takeoff.
Hey, what do you know?
You would lead me to the truth.
Is the truth the plane that gets you off the island? Or is it something else? I'm actually not even sure what he means.
We're finally free!
Autopilot activated.
What?
hell's going on?
Oh, I don't know. It's almost like our neat little getaway here. Okay, I guess he's... Look, this guy's on a plane.
Thanks to you, my plan is now back on track. Though you've taken my plane, it will only prove for more entertainment.
Well, thank goodness I had a backup plane, as people tend to do. And hey, what do you know?
I'll go back to the cargo room and take a look.
This most annoying boss encounter is actually in this version too. And he's not even taking damage right now. And yeah, there's something called anti-BOW gas that pretty much takes care of this guy in a few shots. That if you don't save him specifically for this fight, then you kinda get fucked over and over again until you luck out and beat him. Because yes, this boss fight is not a fun boss fight. I don't know, shoot his claw. Shooting him in the head doesn't really seem to be doing much. Oh wait, no, he does. His health is going down, just... what kind of this should be? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I have 3 herbs. And now is the time to use them, I guess. Now what, though? Sure we have to use like the boxes to shoot him off the plane, but damn it. Not even entirely sure how it is that you interrupt this attack. But I guess it's time to use up all of our herbs. Okay, there you go. Now's your chance to do what, though? I'm shooting the switch. Okay, there we go. Push him off, even though I'm pretty sure that doesn't work the first time, unfortunately. No, that somehow didn't work. Yeah, let's put ourselves into the disadvantaged position. That'll work. Hold on, use my last herb. We do still have a first aid spray, but... I just hope that this somehow works out. Now we're trying, I guess. Okay, we are still... Well, I'm trying, but it's a little bit difficult. Okay, now T's down, maybe. Right, we got one of the locks, I guess, but unfortunately we're only half done with that. Now we have to interrupt his attack one more time, which is easier said than done, as you can see. He kind of blocks his own head most of the time when he's doing that, unfortunately. So I sure do hope I can get this before I run out of health all of a sudden. Okay. Also, I might be kind of host. Oh, goddammit. Well, I might be kind of host regardless, because I had to fucking reload for that. So now we have to do this again. Okay, we Reload now and now shoot the missile locks. That depends on because it does. There we go. And if only we could have used that anti-BOW gas in this. I'm pretty sure we don't get extra points for clear time. Well, actually, that was surprisingly high score considering. But yeah, that was not ideal clear time because of that fucking boss. But we did get 11 headshots, which I guess is enough. Bandersnatch, Tyrant Teo 103 must produce airport key. And Hunk's report about the island. Let's see. Do we have money for anything? We can upgrade reload speed, which probably is gonna get stopping power upgrade next. And let's see what we got. Bandersnatch. New counter prototype BOW made from a human subject. Main mode of transportation is to grab onto things with its extendable right arm and pull itself around. Its lower body has devolved and its left arm is all but non-existent, forcing it to rely on its right arm exclusively. One of its major flaws is that it must use its right arm to cover its head, which is an inherent weak point of humanoid BOWs. It's almost like it uses its right arm a lot for activities. Mass-produced T-103 type Tyrant that was seen in Raccoon City was deployed to Rockford Island for training. Its limiter was removed and its claws are smaller than those of the standard T-103, was the same strength and endurance of previous Tyrant types. So I guess it does have an excuse for looking just like Mr. X. It's apparently the same type, and if you follow the secret lore of Umbrella Chronicles, there's a reason why a lot of the Tyrants actually look alike, but we haven't actually gotten to learn what that is yet, I don't think. Unit K402 inscribed opens the electronic shutter blocking the door to the airport elevator and the cargo hold. Oh boy. I'm pretty sure we get those from S ranks. Special items. Alexander Ashford, 6th head of the Ashford family. His father Edward co-founded Umbrella and he raised the Ashford name to its summit of fame. His son Alexander in his mediocrity was unable to... His son Alexander in his mediocrity was unable to take the reins of power in any meaningful way. And in only one generation ruined the family name. He was such a disgrace that even his own children saw him with contempt. Alexander, who admitted to not having the aptitude for viral research, nor the qualifications to build upon the achievements of his father, pushed forward with a plan to use what genetic engineering he did learn to restore the family name. Construction of the Antarctic base was part of that plan. 1983, Alexander disappeared suddenly and mysteriously, but the hope of Umbrella had already been placed on Alexia, a brainy young girl who was beginning to demonstrate unusual talents, and whom Umbrella had named its chief researcher just a few years earlier. What do you know? Hunk's report, attention Mr. Alfred Ashford. Arrived successfully from the Umbrella transport base with a large-scale BOW capsule. Extreme care was taken during transport and all 108 checkpoints were confirmed condition green in accordance with standard procedures. Capsule is currently being stored at sub-zero temperatures as per request. There is one area, however, that we would like to bring to your attention regarding this matter. Why such a highly trained unit was assigned to protect what appears to be a standard capsule is currently being stored at sub-zero temperatures. That's just like the same thing he said before. Okay, I'm pretty sure that they just copied the same text twice for some reason. There don't need to be a reminder of protocol regarding classified information. My concerns are for the safety of my unit. Without knowledge of the contents, our safety could be at risk during such a transport. Especially important if the contents are potentially harmful. Of course, that you provide us with more information should we be assigned similar missions in the future. I'm pretty sure they were transporting the Tyrant that we fought just now. Butler's letter. Must inform you of my abrupt departure by leaving this letter. First serve your father, Lord Alexander, and have long shared in the joys and deep sorrows of the Ashford family. Lord Alexander disappeared unexpectedly 15 years ago, and in an accident during an experiment took the life of our dear Alexia. You were forced to become the master of the family at a very young age. No, the strain was too much to bear. Losing a loved one's family at such a young age would break even the most stalwart of people. I wanted to help you to do something to ease your pain, but I felt powerless. I'm ashamed to admit it, but at one point I even contemplated suicide, but that would have been the act of a coward. I could not allow myself to discredit the memory of Lord Alexander and our sweet Alexia. I wish I could have told you all this in person, but I'm afraid that my courage and fortitude is not what it once was. Oh well. Hope you enjoy your vase, though. Oh boy, we got 8 more movies. Wonder if we'll be able to get them in short order, or how much more of this is forthcoming. Let's see. I don't have enough money for the stopping power, right? Because I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to be going for next. Let's just continue. Because guess what, even though we just got off the island, which was just destroyed, that's only the first half of the game. Because Code Veronica's way too fucking long.
The seaplane carrying Steve and Claire began to descend and made an emergency landing at an unknown facility, a forgotten site. It was just yet another playground.
For Alexia, apparently, even though the actual voice reading didn't say that.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Latitude 82 degrees, 17 minutes south. We're at the South Pole.
What?
Oh, there you go. It's pretty close by to Argentina, I guess. Or so than you would think.
Tropical island. I don't think this'll do us much good anymore.
You don't say.
What is this place? Doesn't look like anyone's been around for a while.
Another one of Umbrella's facilities. We need to find a way out of here before we freeze to death.
Right. Wait.
Oh, great. Zombies are everywhere these days, huh?
Crazy bastards!
Yes, zombies with hats at that. I guess we made it to Fen. What the fuck are you shooting at? I'm pretty sure they're all dead. Oh, okay. More of them showed up. Please sure you'll definitely won't be running back and forth a million times. Because you keep getting poisoned by the moths in one of the rooms that's coming up, you know, spoiler alert. These one of the newer planters. Oh. Alright, come on.
Let's go inside. Maybe we'll find something.
Maybe we will.
Good for a change.
Also, I'm guessing that one of these zombies was barfing, or else probably wouldn't have.
Be careful.
Oh, okay. Wouldn't have gotten hit there.
I don't think it's the welcoming party.
I'm sure it's someone very nice. Using thumbsticks to aim or Wiimote, I'm using the Wiimote. I don't even know if it's possible to aim at thumbsticks. Well, I mean,
You want to go back?
I think this was released for PS3 or something, but no idea how that version is controlled. I thought they also put out like a motion thing for PlayStation. I don't know if they used that for this or what. So I'm not sure what's going on over there with this shiny thing. 630. It was just a coin.
down there?
Let's find out. We can't go through here, it's locked.
Gee, I don't know. Certainly nothing I've ever seen of it, a sweeper. Well, you know, we were just reading about these guys a while ago. When we got the lore file for the Scouter Hunters. Who I'm pretty sure also show up here in this facility. Or at least they do in the original. Hello. I guess these guys might be a little easier to deal with than those guys. Even though the fucking... the door was open the whole time, I guess the... Is it very loud? It's probably very loud, hold on. I always get kind of paranoid with the audio levels in this game. These games. But the gun is actually pretty loud. I guess the hunters finally remembered that the door was open. Oh shit. Oh, thank goodness for all the firepower that I have. You know, if it weren't for this very loud gun, I would probably have gotten hit there several times. Sure to wonder who that could be. If that could be like one of the most ironic monsters in the franchise.
It's okay. I'm right here by your side.
You're getting shot in real life, fool. And this guy, there's no way whatsoever he... Oh, wait, what? Okay, I don't remember those things. Those like the moth babies that...
It's just gross.
Of the giant moths that we're probably gonna see in a second here. I don't remember those guys at all. Let's see. It kind of looks like something's down there. It's just very gingerly standing around the corner. Oh, it's like petrified. Or not petrified, but you know what I mean. Ensnared. I guess that would be a better way to put it. No, this looks just fine. This looks very sanitary. There's clearly no reason for alarm here, especially with the giant moths. Yeah, there's clearly another one back there. I guess we're not gonna address that one though. And I can't believe these people keep trophies of Red Bear in their offices. That's not very nice.
Peace and quiet.
Well, what do you know? This is actually kind of accurate for where the sound is coming from. You know, compared to the original game, there's actually something down there. Are we gonna take a look? What was one of the more annoying bosses to fight in the original because of The oddly gimmicky mechanic that you had to use to fight it. Yep, there it is.
I don't think he can move.
Yeah, I think that's the point of the bondage gear.
Yeah. Besides, that scream is enough to drive you insane.
I don't even remember if the game spells out outside of like the lore files who that's supposed to be, but I'm pretty sure we'll get the necessary lore files to say that, if assuming that they don't, to be able to ascertain that.
Alexander Ashford.
Yeah.
Thing was Alfred's father?
It's okay, never mind, it does spell it out.
What is going on?
So,
One thing is clear now.
Yeah, this place is definitely an umbrella facility.
how do you look at a picture on a desk and say, gee, I'm sure the guy in this picture is that thing that I just saw down there? There's no other explanation. No other possible way that could be. Should. Hold on. Should have at least one herb. There we go. Alright, let's see. Okay, these guys are getting very aggressive. Maybe they're getting a little impatient with how overpowered I made my basic cast gun. Or maybe they're just having a bad day, I don't know. I can relate either way.
This is the room we saw earlier.
This looks like where they sort baggage.
Alright, come on. Let's go through the baggage claim room. That's clearly what that's supposed to be. There's no possible other explanation for why a mechanism like this would be at an umbrella facility.
Someone's too shy to come out.
I'm getting a very, very faint recollection of there's like 1 or 2 weapons that you can get in this area later on in the game, in the original Code Veronica, but can't remember the details from that, or for that. Dang it. But let's see. It's actually kind of really taking its time to get to the next part where stuff happens. You know, this game being what it is, I don't really buy that it's trying to build tension or anything. So I would contend that, okay, finally I got hit by one of these things. It's kind of been a while since I got hit by a hunter. It's actually beginning to seem strange to me. They used to be kind of problematic, these things. Especially in like Umbrella Chronicles. Well, let's use my one herb that I have. Try and correct that state of things.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, come on. I'm not sure if I avoided damage there by interrupting that attack or not, or if it just wasn't gonna hit me anyway. I keep wanting to get crits on this guy, but needs to keep violently bobbing his head back and forth. But I do that. Oh. Boy, I like how that guy just fucking stands bolt upright when he dies just to go into the dying animation.
Okay.
That's really nice. Alright, let's go. Let's take our sweet time getting through this one room. Actually, like, not that much geography left to explore or that much architecture left to explore in the maps for this game, so might as well milk what we have. All these guys conveniently standing behind a shield, so I had to take my time there. Oh, shoot. Shoot indeed, like. Can't believe that one guy headbutted me. It's not very nice of him, either. What do you know, I actually managed to headshot that guy against all odds. Oh boy, I think we actually get a kind of a stupid retroactively added in boss fight here, if I remember. Because I can't remember how it is that we actually beat Alfred in the original, but I'm pretty sure they changed it for this version to what we're about to see here. If I remember, I actually don't remember with any sort of clarity.
It's locked.
Look, there's another one.
Can't believe we can't destroy any of these lights. It always perplexes me whenever in one of these levels I run into a light source that's apparently indestructible. Like, what am I supposed to shoot to get my extra stuff? Do I just, you know, stand here and stare at things for a while? Also, that crane sure seems inconspicuous, doesn't it? It's like, you know, in old animation where one thing seems so much more colorful than the rest of the background. It's like, I wonder if that thing's gonna do anything. Wonder if that's a cell or what.
Surprised you made it this far. Screw you, you crazy bastard! Game over. You're damn right it is. This ends now. It'll soon be time for the Queen's awakening.
The Queen?
Yeah, you know.
You reached the end of the maze, rats.
Oh, there he is. Well, how nice of him to...
We have to put an end to this.
Damn it. Alright. Do we have another herb? Actually, this might be a good time for... yeah. Oh, come on. You know what? Hold on. It's time for me to... try a grenade, even though... That didn't quite work how I expected, because apparently I don't have any kind of vertical throwing strength. It's not very convenient. Well, I think I figured it out there, but...
We need to move somewhere else. We can't fight him here. Now! Yes! It's getting closer. I'll see the queen very soon. The crane! Shoot it!
What, that crate or the crane? Don't really have a lot of opportunity to shoot the crane, you see, but then apparently I did.
How do you like that, huh? I finally took out the boss!
I own this video game.
What?
The Queen's awakening. What does that mean?
I don't know, the guy was insane.
He said, the Queen's awakening.
That doesn't sound good. Let's hurry.
Okay.
Oh, I guess we're just gonna shrug that off. Also, we're nearly dead, but we clearly don't need to address that. I don't think we have any herbs left either, so... And we kinda got destroyed by Alfred there. At least we got a checkpoint.
Alfred must have come this way.
Guess we're going on the... Operating under the impression that he's still alive. Oh boy, it could have been death right there. How am I missing that is what I did say, but what I was about to say with even more cost before I actually did hit that. Alright. Don't think we've gotten to the point where we get the full-on Resident Evil 1 flashbacks yet, but... This is kind of an RE2 flashbacks, you might say. Or flashback. The part that was... that one latter part in the final Umbrella facility that had the overgrown plant roots right next to it. Oh hey buddy, no, never mind, we did die. Oh, I forgot we had that though. One of these... I don't remember exactly what this part... I don't remember if this part existed.
Maybe you finally got tired of chasing us?
If this room existed in the original Code Veronica, but if it didn't, then I'm guessing that they lifted this map, they just repurposed that one map from the RE2 part and made this room. Can't believe that guy just faced into the boxes like that. Oh, gee, that... Oh, okay. I was wondering what that noise was. Does look very, very similar to that room from RE2, so... Or at least the version of it that we saw in this game. Hey, I'll take that. Yoink. And... and be attacked by a hunter again. I do like how these guys just kind of do that sideways swoop to come into the room. So I'm pretty sure some of the hunters in Resident Evil 1 also did that. They just like, surprise. Oh, there's an herb. I could have used this a while ago, but I guess I'll take it now. Too bad I won't get full points for that kind of thing, or survival, I guess. Anymore, because I had to use the first aid spray.
A snowstorm!
In the South Antarctic Pole. How unexpected that would be. Okay, there you go. Well, where are you gonna go, though? To what part of the Antarctic are you gonna go off to without leaving the Antarctic mess? That's my question to you. And hey, where do you know this guy's here now? Actually, I don't even remember how this guy got loose. I think it was something like Alfred's defeat triggered him being released or something, but hey. Can you figure out what his weak spot is and what the gimmick was for defeating him in the original? That was a complete fucking gameplay change from the rest of the game in that. It's a little difficult when the fucking shaky cam is in full effect. Apparently he doesn't even take damage from anywhere but his heart either, so... You know, that's cool. I guess we're kind of doing it. I don't really see how we shoot his heart. Any kind of precision here, though. We might have to shoot to, you know, good old trusty submachine gun. Which is more of a fucking aimbot mode. Shoot continually, just mouse over everything, and eventually when you mouse over the right spots, we'll, oh boy, might have to actually start over here. Because this isn't going that great. That's how aimbots work, right? You fucking... You're basically in always on mode, so when you just so happen to mouse over the correct thing, then that's an automatic win. He doesn't have to be a combination of mousing and shooting at the exact moment.
Maybe he likes being tied up.
I can't really counter it while he's jumping down like that. At least I can't. Oh boy. And why do you know we died? I think we were reloading at the exact moment when the weak spot was exposed. Alright, let's continue. I think that's the first game over I've gotten today, at least. On this scenario. We don't have that one herbs. No, we do. But we don't have the... Oh. Maybe the shoot gun would be a better option, I don't know.
Let's go.
Well, I guess I'm gonna default to submachine gun just to see if that helps. Oh yeah, this fight was a pain and required a few retries in the original because unlike every other zombie in the game, to fight this guy you need to use a sniper rifle. Which has a completely different control scheme from, you know, pretty much everything else, and pretty sure much like the Yawn fight in Resident Evil 1 that had like a thing that doesn't necessarily happen, but if it does happen, it does require you to complete an additional task later in the game, which is if you get poisoned by this guy. Have to go on a little quest to get an antidote for that later on. This guy can poison you, and his poison is special poison. You can't just use a blue herb to get rid of it. I really don't know how the fuck you avoid getting hit there. I'm gonna try shoot gun, I guess. Okay, I guess the shoot gun somehow stopped me from getting hit. I guess I'm gonna rely on this more now. if it is a little, cumbersome. Trying to reload. Oh shit. Yeah, right there, I do not know how it was that I don't know what I did right, basically. I just kinda wait for him to come down and then let the shotgun spread fire do the rest. I'm not actually aware what I'm aiming for. And we got to this point again, I suppose.
Maybe he likes being tied up.
Let's alternate between the other guns we have, I suppose. Oh damn it. I'm pretty sure I shot that shotgun iron. Still on, but apparently I'm not doing it quite right. Still. Alright, there we go. We actually managed to take advantage of that opportunity this time. Damn it. Oh, what? Okay, he just does it a bunch of times in a row and just kind of stand there and take it, I guess. So I guess you just kind of keep doing this for a while. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna get that in time. Yeah, I'm very, very, very doubtful as to how the fuck you avoid all of those attacks. Yes, continue. So this is one of those fights that's gonna take a bunch of tries, I guess, just because of this.
We need to find whatever Alfred used to get here. Let's keep looking. Look.
These wonderful mechanics.
Let's go.
Oh, I'm sure he didn't. Alright, so that first phase is just like nothing, but then he stops me over here and all of a sudden it's like, well, for one thing, sometimes can't really rely on the fucking fire button to actually be pressed down when it should be, so that's not fun. And then there's this, you know. And then there's that, where how the fuck do I even stop him from hitting me there? Or there. Which I thought I was doing the right thing to avoid that very thing, but then I somehow wasn't. Just need to reload constantly with the shoot gun, I guess. Okay, I don't know how that missed. I don't really know what I did different there compared to all the other times when I actually did manage to stop him, but... Oh, okay. Alright, so basically just keep shooting him continually, very continually with the machine gun. Except when he jumps.
Maybe he likes being tied up.
Okay, no, I'm pretty sure I hit him there, but alright. And okay, so even if you shoot him before he has you in the precise position you need to be in for him to... Okay, I really don't know how you avoid that. Or that. Or that. Or that. I'm just very, very confused with this fight, and thanks for just being pummeled even in death. I don't even know if what you actually require there is just to...
We need to find whatever Alfred used to get here. Let's keep looking.
Look! A snowmobile! That's our way out of here!
to have enough health to survive those sequences where he just shoots you very quickly, or not shoots you, but slaps you very quickly, and there isn't really anything you can do to prevent that. So I'm gonna try to go as conservatively as possible, I guess.
This way.
You know, this just makes me realize that I don't really want to replay Code Veronica. Just because it has some of the most BS bosses in the franchise. And because it's stupidly long, that too. Just like this mode. I do. There's only so much that actually does, so it seems. Alright, so here I am. And when we get to this part, I just alternate between machine gun and shoot gun, I guess. Other jumps I use the shoot gun and then get hit anyway, which makes a lot of sense. Let me try using the handgun for this. Don't really know that that's any better, but what do I know? Hey, come on, shoot. Okay, no, I guess you're not gonna switch between the guns in time. And then he fucking spits at you, which is extremely rude. Okay, I think this is when he grows his claws on the ends of his weird arms, which doesn't really make things easier. But I think this does technically help with you know, surviving. Yeah, I guess that is how you do it. Kind of. Alright, just gotta do this, and then while I am reloading and getting back to neutral position, let me use my one herb that I have. Okay. Okay, I'm doing something, I guess. don't know if I can expect the rest of these phases to get any easier, but guess I've at least managed to somewhat conquer that one. Okay, that's just happening now. Guessing it's not even gonna be worthwhile to shoot him while with health bars down on screen though. Okay, now. Oh boy. That looks like it's gonna be fun. And it met my expectations perfectly. And it did so again. We just need to like shoot it while it's hoisting that thing up, because it doesn't really look like we can even destroy that at all. Okay, grenades. Just fuck it, grenade it to death, and then get fucking Boulder to death. I really have no fucking idea how you even survive that. Hold on. Okay, new plan. We just use grenades all the time. Apparently that's a secret strategy I had not considered up until this moment.
We need to find whatever Alfred used to get here. Let's keep looking.
Look! A snowmobile! That's our way out of here!
Let's go!
So yeah, we pretty much use, let's see if I can remember how this goes. For the first couple of phases we use the handgun. Then we start tossing grenades. You know, before it was alternate between shotgun and machine gun, but used to be alternate between shotgun and machine gun, but I'm pretty sure that I'm slowly losing the aptitude and the patience for that, so let's see if grenades are an improvement. Now we switch over to grenades, but first we wait for the health bar to show up. Wouldn't be very, like a little... Oh, fuck you, hold on. I say we switch over to grenades. And not have it actually work out. At all. Hold on. Well, I did hit it with one grenade. I didn't notice that. So I guess if it does... What are you doing? If it does spit out its acid at you, you can't actually do anything about it, so that's nice. Have to reload your grenades, that's kind of weird. Alright, let's do it this way for now. Thanks, Steve, I never could have figured that out on my own. Shit. Well, I tried. I am okay with this. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's that effective if you do it the way I tried to just now with actually attempting to do stuff with grenades. Now I am in desperate need of healing, so I'm actually kind of thinking maybe look for any breakable stuff during this part. that I can use. Oh, hey, that actually worked. Well, at least it might have died. At least I might have conquered that thing.
Claire, you like to swing?
By force of will. Or it might not be over yet, based on the fact that... What wire? That wire?
Okay, I'll shoot the joint.
I'll try. I could somehow keep my aim still and not do the shaky cam thing. That'd probably help. I already know this fucker's not even dead yet. How indeed.
That's it. Grab on.
No, wait.
Now.
Well, I'm trying. Apparently we can still be killed. That's not very nice. Well, I did keep shooting. It didn't seem to have helped. Or there. Okay, so... Not only do I need 2 spam grenades throughout most of these phases, I also apparently need to Indomitable Spirit. Okay, is that for just retrying in the face of one of the worst bosses in the franchise?
We need to find whatever Alfred used to get here. Let's keep looking.
That might very well be it.
Bill, that's our way out of here.
Let's go.
Alright, let's just do this again. I guess... See, the grenade counter there looks incomplete, but it doesn't look like shaking the controller does anything, so... Maybe you don't have to reload your grenades. Maybe that was just a misconception on my part. And now we start the alternating strategy again. Alright, didn't even do the jump this time.
Maybe he likes being tied up.
Really don't know what it's gonna take to even get that to respond at that point. Oh, there we go. That kinda worked. Just extremely faintly working out, I guess. At least we're not getting hit, we can see. Except for that one time. Still don't know how I could have done that better, but alright. Okay, there we go. That phase is finished. Now we just spam grenades for the next phase. Seems to be the only sensible course of action from here. There.
Yes! We can't go down that way. Claire, you like to swing?
Excuse me?
Alright, come on.
I'll shoot the joint.
I say, even though I just did that.
Let's have some fun.
No, I really don't know if you're supposed to do something different during this part.
That's it. Grab on.
No, wait.
Now.
That's how we grab on.
Keep shooting.
I don't know if we're supposed to keep shooting him or if we're supposed to keep shooting something different. Maybe we're supposed to get him to let go of the rope? I don't even know. Okay, maybe we are. Alright, we did it, I guess. How would you just shoot him in the heart a whole bunch more times? Okay, it's just doing this same stuff from before. Except maybe this time it's dead for real, I don't even know what to expect at this point. It's just dragged on for way too long. Right now maybe it's dead for real this one time.
Is he dead?
Yeah, it's all right now. Claire, let's go. It's time to get out of here once and for all.
Well, unfortunately it's not quite over, because we got this guy still alive.
I thought I could finish them alone. Awaken from your slumber and bring forth the great Veronica.
Well, I don't really know if that's how he was supposed to trigger that before, but... Hey, what do you know? Alexia's not fake after all. Though the way in which he ends up treating Alfred is kind of changed in this version. Like I said.
Lucky day! The key's in it!
Steve!
Well, what do you know? There's evil tentacles just kind of growing here in the Antarctic wastes that she can control. So no, that's not even the end. 47 minutes and 33 because of the fuck. 0 points from that. There you go. Had it not been for that, it's apparently an S rank though. Oh well. Whatever. Don't think I'm gonna be replaying that if I can help it. Wealthy. Did I get more achievements? You have continued 5 times. Well, there you go. I collected 100,000 coins. Which we'll be using in a second, but first let's see. Researcher zombie. Workers charged with sorting and storing cargo at the Antarctic base. Something or someone attacked them. Infected them with the virus. These people were research personnel studying viruses. Something attacked them. Giant moths in the sewers of Raccoon City. These moths' wings have grown in perfect proportion to their bodies. This gives these moths incredible maneuverability. Search the area around their nest for prey in which they will lay their parasitic eggs. So, they're like Antarctic moths, I don't even know, and parasites. Moth larvae. When the eggs, which have been laid within the body of an organism, hatch, they nourish themselves on their host and grow rapidly. After they've grown to a certain size, they burst out from the body of their host to find another prey. Also text files. When I joined Umbrella Incorporated, I thought that I hit the jackpot. Being employed by this huge global corporation, what else could a guy ask for? Well, ended making me a driver in this godforsaken place. I asked for a position change, but they ignored me. Feels like I'm doing time. Work is extremely demanding and there's nothing fun about it. This sucks. My hard-earned vacation was cancelled. Here they failed to secure enough manpower due to a mistake made the facility head, Alfred. So I can't take a vacation because he's a moron. Might actually be more forgiving if the bastard actually treated us like human beings. But the guy's a grade A dick. Heard a weird story from a guy who's been working for 8 years. He was telling me about some guy that's possibly been locked in a basement or something for over 10 years. He said people here call him Nosferatu, whatever that means. Everyone's afraid of him. Sounds like a ghost story. I think the guys must have sniffed a bit too much glue as a kid or something. Well, strange growling sound that seemed to be coming from deep underground. Can't believe I'm letting that guy's story get to me like this. Anyone would have a hard time keeping their sanity in a place like this. Also, Alfred's diary. Can use 3 jewels that each one of our 3 members wear as proof of being legitimate descendants of the Ashford family. I do not know how I can gain possession of my father's proof. Finally succeeded in entering that room. Never could have imagined that such a contemptible secret existed regarding the birth of both Alexia and myself. I hate my father, that fool Alexander. We were merely created in an attempt to cover my father's failure. I can never trust him again. Alexia carried out the experiment on the human body that we've been talking about. Her useless father should be happy now since he can finally contribute to the Ashford family. Butler Harmon does not become wise to our activities, well... Experiment resulted in failure. Her father was even more useless than we originally thought. He turned into a dangerous creature that is completely out of control. Tied him down and locked him up in an underground prison cell. Not all was lost though, as Alexia seems to be close to a solution. She said that she wished to conduct the experiment on herself. To accomplish the experiment, she must be kept asleep for 15 years. I can't see my dear Alexia for 15 years. I'm the only one who can protect her now, but now she's gonna wake up. Oh boy, only 6 movies remaining, even though I think there's only room for like 1 or 2 more levels in this, this thing. Stopping power, please. Right, let's finish up this freaking recap and then it'll probably be stream end time. Don't know if there's like 1 or 2 levels yet, or left rather.
Near impossible to track down. But using my newfound position in the government, I discovered his location. I would have contacted his sister, but she was a ghost herself. So I turned my search over to Claire then, and eventually learned of her confinement on Rockford Island.
Probably because she emailed me about it.
With Chris, and he asked me to arrange a rescue mission before he set off on his own to find her.
Claire. Claire.
And so he did, I guess. We're gonna skip how he got here. Even though he did go to the ruins of Rockford Island first.
I've been so worried.
You kidding me? I thought tough girls like you didn't get worried.
What happened? How did you get here?
Leon contacted me.
Leon? You know him?
Yeah. He tracked me down right after you went missing. Look, Claire, we can talk about this later, but we gotta get out of here first.
Wait, Steve. He's here somewhere. We can't leave without him. Alfred.
Oh, you know my name.
I thought you were dead.
No, I've just been hibernating for 15 years to become one with the Veronica virus.
Veronica virus?
I still have some experiments to perform. Would you care to play along? Your friend awaits you in the Colosseum. You don't want to be late.
Hey, stop!
Oh well. Oh shit, we still have the machine gun equipped. I sure hope we don't need the machine gun too badly for the a couple of bosses that are left in this mode. Well, I guess we missed those gold bars. Boy. Now my arms are actually starting to get kind of tired after fucking doing this entire mode in one sitting. And we're trying that fucking boss so many times. Oh, damn it. Can I, though? I don't know about that myself. Yeah, jumping, you know, that mechanic that we're known for being able to do in Resident Evil. I'm sure Steve will be just fine. That's why he became, you know, one of those famed Resident Evil stars, along with Lily Cohen and Sheva Alomar and that one guy who got killed by the snake in the first game, Richard Aiken, I think. I mean, there's really no excuse for Billy not coming back so far, but... oh, but for this guy there will be. There will be.
These guys gotta hire a new decorator.
What do you mean?
This palace. They had the same one in Raccoon City. At least I'll know my way around.
Yeah, we'll eventually see the origins of that, this design. Generic Spencer Mansion design, if we end up doing all of the stuff on my list. Which I don't really see why not if I do end up following through with all the stuff that I have currently, but... well, it's the Antarctic. Why wouldn't there be ants there?
We don't have much time.
Let's go.
Come on, Steve. Where are you?
Come on, Steve, just appear. So... fucking respond when I wave my magic wand and say, Steve, show up in front of me. Okay, thanks for facing through that guy. Chris, that was interesting. No, we're just gonna run to him.
Injected me with something. I think it's the Veronica virus. She wants to test me, see if I'll obey her orders. Claire, she wants me to kill you.
Steve.
I won't.
Now time for this sequence, which is definitely exactly the same as in the original, except, you know, in that one, instead of what we're about to see here, which is, well, I don't think words are required. It's just like just running back and forth twice through a straight hallway. Now I think you need to shoot him, otherwise he'll be shot in the face with an axe. Just like you are right now. So yeah, I hope you didn't get invested on Steve. As he now follows the co-protagonist. Okay, fucking bobbing and weaving. Strategist. I say co-protagonist as if, you know, Resident Evil co-protagonists were known for this shit happening to them, but that's not really a thing. I don't know why I said that in reality. And I really want that fucking herb that's in the corner, but okay, there.
Claire, we gotta make a run for it.
Make a run for it up this fucking bizarre tower, which didn't, you know, spoiler alert, didn't exist in the original.
Right. Good. Let's get upstairs before he catches up.
It's a little too late for that. Hold on. I guess we're gonna miss one of the lore files, but oh well. Big loss. Oh wait, well there it was for a second, but it's gone now. Okay, never mind, we got it. I don't really know how the fuck you avoid that. He has a tiny head. That didn't exactly change.
We might be able to get out through there.
I do like how the actual chanting for this part is literally just da 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 da. I wonder if people have these kind of a cappella or just chanting. The people who, you know, make these songs and compose them actually have to write down da 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 as the lyrics. Or how they do it. Or is it just chant however you can? Oh boy. Or maybe we don't have to wear down his health bar all the way.
Hold on. We're gonna get you out of here.
No. I'm not gonna make it. You know that. The virus is in me. There's no turning back.
No. You're coming with us.
Well, I mean, you can apparently kind of regress to your old form after that bizarre Hulk out. Well, good thing he kept his fucking earring throughout that whole thing.
No.
Stay here.
Oh well.
I'm gonna go plant this in the power room.
I'm coming with you. It's time this ended. Alexia has to be stopped. I'm gonna finish this, Steve. And then we'll all be free.
At least until Wesker comes back. That guy seems to not really want to give up.
First.
I guess this is gonna be the last stage after all. This recap series. Now look at these ants.
Why are there so many ants around?
Like I said, why are you surprised to find ants in the Antarctic? That's clearly how that works. Oh boy, there's so many ants, there's fucking causing a frame rate drop.
My little experiment at the Colosseum was so much fun, don't you think? Though I guess sometimes a worker ant will turn on his queen. Chris! Are you okay? Oh, that's right. You two are brother and sister, aren't you? I had a brother once too. He really wasn't much fun. He couldn't even wake me up on time. But I've released him of all his responsibilities.
You think everyone in this world is here to serve you, don't you?
Serve me? No. I think everyone else is here to serve my experiments.
By the way, I can just make fire with my hands. Just thought I'd let you know.
Now, let's start.
Well, that's pretty convenient.
Lab rats aren't meant to run away, you know.
Convenient crotch foliage.
I can feel Veronica
Oh boy. Also, well, they changed a few things about Alexia here compared to the original. One thing that's different is that she's a lot more chatty during this part, I'm pretty sure. Well, that and much like... Well, much like with the, what do you call it? With a bunch of the later Birkin forums in the Resident Evil 2 recap. You end up having to fight all of these phases at once, even though in the original you kind of at separate points. And also, you know, in this version, as you saw in the cutscene there, she fucking just kills Alfred. Even though in the original she didn't particularly dislike him, I'm pretty sure. Based on how they portrayed her. Oh boy. Also, I'm almost dead all of a sudden because of that. But I do have a first aid spray on standby at least. I don't know, it might be good to bring out one of these other weapons now that I'm out of machine gun ammo and I'm just spamming the regular gun. Because in the original, Alfred just kind of dies right after she wakes up by himself, and she actually cradles him for a bit. But no, I guess this chatty version was better with focus groups or something. Yeah, I already did that, thanks, brother. Oh boy, of course she has Sigil physics too. I think we're gonna see another retcon here too. For one of the endgame weapons.
Thanks to you, Veronica's angry, which makes me stronger.
If you are seeing this message, that can only mean that Code of Veronica has reached a critical stage. The year is 1983, and I am afraid that my only daughter has become obsessed with the Veronica virus.
It's apparently Christmas too, based on the date.
Of experimenting on her own body.
So, well, you know, this was a timely game. Yeah, that doesn't look like anything.
This last step is the only way I can think of to help her. Whether you are on Umbrella's side or not, please help her.
Even though it was he who created my brother and I. But he was such a miserable old man.
So yeah, now you can get the linear launcher, I guess. So do we need to shoot that perfectly inconspicuous appendage, or... I guess we do, okay. But yeah, apparently in this version of events, the linear launcher, which is the super weapon that you need to use to actually kill her. Was apparently made by her father instead of just being there conveniently like it was in the original. I hope you're not asking me, Chris. I think you know. Oh boy. Well, I'm trying, and I guess it's working out.
She's regenerating!
She's not going down easy, is she?
Let's just go ahead and... Well, long reach has not been hasn't really been an issue for anything up until this point. Oh fuck. Well, do we have any herbs left? We do not, but we do have the first aid spray, which we're about to use now. I don't know if it's better to shoot her in the head or to shoot her in the head, you know. Well, this one seems to be working better. Now that her health bar's in the red, clearly that's we can intuit this is a good time. Oh shit. Well, thank goodness that those ants wait for... Oh fuck. Wait for my gun to reload before they do anything. Yeah, I'm sure this will work out. I guess this is working out. More so than expected, admittedly. So in case you are wondering, I'm pretty sure that all this, you know, this bombastic opera music is in fact part of the original soundtrack in the game that this is retelling. But I'm pretty sure they redid it for this version. I'm sure that there will be no complications with taking it. Oh, okay, well there we go, we have it. +1 linear launcher. So do we have to, hold on, actually equip that? Linear launcher, power S. Well, it has a long reload time, as you can see, but... Oh no, oh, it needs to reload. And we don't have any, you know, any other herbs or recovery items, so I sure do hope we don't die, even though we probably will, at least once, because I don't even know what's hurting me right now. What's hurting me or how to avoid it hurting me. I guess I just keep shooting this thing and it just stops her from doing anything. That works. I guess we need to shoot her in the actual torso with the linear launcher, because apparently shooting her anywhere else isn't really doing anything. Oh. Come on. I don't even know if that's actually doing anything, but I guess I have to believe in the faint hope that it is, because if not, then, you know, I'm just kind of dangling here forever. Yeah, I really have no idea if I'm doing this right or not, but if not, then I guess I'm very much close to death. Very much near to death. Well, I'm very much near to death either way, but... Okay, I don't know if I... the right thing there or not. Wait, what? No, I'm trying to... Okay, there we go. I guess I need to wait for her to uncoil her arms and then shoot her.
Countdown started. Claire, you better hurry.
Right.
Oh, she's now free of her pod body. Well, that's no way to... I think we can if we somehow stall her, but... I think we're gonna die at this point if we can't... we can't avoid her hurting us, which I guess we somehow do. What the f... okay. Was not expecting that, but you know, the thing I was expecting finally. I was not expecting that attack, but I was expecting to die, so... It's a bit of an odd duality here, so... Where exactly is this gonna put me? That's what I'm curious about now. It's gonna put me all the way back at phase 1, or... Okay, no. Well, this does lead me to remark, well, this does give me an excuse to remark, and I'm pretty sure I'll agree not entirely without justification that the fucking drawn out nature of the boss fights in this is a pretty good reflection of the drawn out nature of the rest of the game. Well, we don't have any, you know, machine gun fire or anything. But apparently that's not enough to actually be able to hurt her with linear launcher, even though... Hey, but... The other gun? You mean the linear launcher? Because it's not charging it. Thought we had to get up higher to be able to hit her anyway. shoot gun doesn't really seem to do anything either, and I'm sure grenades are gonna be worthless right now. Oh, does it though? First we need to actually hit her with that. You know how easily it's gonna be to do, all things considered. I don't think shooting her with the normal guns even does anything to slow her down at this point. Alright, so that thing is charged. I don't know if you need to shoot down all of those things to... 'cause the thing is, the shot for that thing is also slow as hell, so... Okay, I think I do see one potential opportunity for... keeping her in one place for... when we do have the charge for this again. But we need to, you know, actually have the charge for that again before we can bank on that. Damn it. Well, that wasn't the opportunity anyway. I was thinking of that would just be trying to be a smartass and snag an early opportunity. Thank goodness she's not very deft with that stinger move. Right, hold on. She just... oh damn it. Well, I was pressing the B button there, not even to dodge, just to fire, but... well, you know, it worked out eventually.
Let's get back. Steve's waiting for me.
You're right. Let's hurry. This place won't be standing for much longer.
Just like Steve. Well, I mean, I think this place will actually end up standing for longer than him.
What's going on? Where's Steve?
Gee, I don't know. But hey, someone won the game.
He's been taken.
A Star's knife. But this one looks different from yours.
Pretty sure I know who it belongs to.
I mean, there's only like 2 other STARS members alive at this point. Actually, more like 3 if you remember Barry. But if you discount the possibility that it was Barry or JLG, I wonder who it could have been.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything about that whatsoever. I'm not gonna acknowledge the fact that Wesker actually did have a role in the... just gonna fucking look at him... ruefully. And not even gonna address the fact that Wesker did in fact have a bit of a larger role in the original Code Veronica, where he didn't just show up for 2 seconds.
Despite Chris's best efforts, was procured by Wesker. He secured Steve's body, which had been infected, and was able to extract the virus, leading to its reappearance in South America. The virus continues to grow, altering its form, strengthening perpetually, until the day comes when it can be destroyed.
Yeah, it builds itself up, it strengthens until it's destroyed. That's how that progression works. Yeah, I think we have enough gold to upgrade the... something else again. The stopping power, I should just upgrade the normal power of the pistol at this point. There's Redfield and Tentacle, linear launcher, T Veronica. Last words, Queen, Atonement, Old Foe, all the remaining cutscenes in one fell swoop. No titles though. So let's see, yeah, just gonna upgrade power now. Because apparently stopping power doesn't really make that big of a difference when you're up against one of the bosses. Oh well. It's clearly Rebecca Chambers, yeah. I knew she was behind everything. Brilliant scientist and artificially created daughter of Alexander Ashford, 6th generation head of the Ashford family. Though Alfred and she were twin brother and sister, their relationship was quite unequal. treated her with the utmost love while she lorded over him as a mastermind slave, allegedly. When Alexia was 10, she was hired as a research scientist at the Antarctic laboratory. She surprised the other scientists by conducting research on the T-virus and simultaneously working on a new strain referred to as T. Veronica virus. But when the research reached a critical point, Alexia did the incomprehensible. The girl who was born with a heart of pure evil forcibly used her father Alexander in an experiment and injected him with the virus. Who would have guessed that? An evil person would have done that. Alexander turns into Nosferatu. Alexia fucking hibernates herself, which apparently the only way to do that. The only way to get all the benefits of the virus is to just put yourself in cryostasis for 15 years. So there you go. Chris found the Arclay research lab and uncovered Umbrella's plot. Due to a systematic cover-up, the entire matter was cloaked in darkness and none of his information saw the light of day. Chris traveled to Europe and we never found out exactly what the fuck he did there, but he didn't find anything. Claire set off by herself to find him and subsequently got caught up in the Raccoon City disaster. She then followed her brother to Europe, was captured by Umbrella and imprisoned on Rockford Island. Who knows what the hell he did between RE1 and that point, though. There's nothing to show for it. Also, ants. Injecting them with the virus led to hugely increased growth and hostility. Began attacking whatever prey they could find. They built a colony inside of the Alexia pod, which shows me the control room. Also, Tentacle of the Alexia pod, which I guess is the name of that. A plant-like organism with which Alexia shares a symbiotic relationship. Tentacle is capable of reaching and attacking prey up to several kilometers away. From the tentacle? That would kind of imply that it has telepathy or something, or telekinesis. Or maybe whoever did the flavor text for this game is not very good at it. Linear launcher. Potent weapon capable of firing gasified energy projectiles. That makes sense. Boasts overwhelming destructive power against organic life forms. Given its extremely high cost catalyst and construction materials, technological conversion to mass produce it would be difficult. Also, T. Veronica. To prevent a dispersion accident, the extreme climate of the Antarctic base was chosen to culture the virus. She used Queen Ant DNA, which possessed the power to uniformly control all other organisms with absolute dominion. Even though that didn't really work with Steve, did it? It's almost like the villains in these games don't actually think things through. And the same thing happens in like Resident Evil 5 and, you know, several others. Also, virus research reports. More research, more I am impressed by how much potential it has. When I finally implanted the virus into my own body and discovered how to fully utilize its power, I will suppress the activity of the virus at an ultra-low temperature so that my cells will transform slowly. It will take 15 years before my body will gain immunity and become able to coexist with the virus. I have no choice but to trust the capsule that I will be and to that inept but loyal soldier ant who is my brother. For me to obtain unlimited power, some risks need to be taken. When I awaken, I will be the queen. Much less like an anthill, but I'm on a much grander scale. It's almost like I've been reading some classical literature or something. But hey, since, you know, the game's technically not over yet, but what's left at this point is like the conclusion of this, the framing device story, which, how many chapters was in the Veronica thing, by the way? Where? 1, 6, 7, only 7? Hold on. Yeah, I guess only 7. As opposed to 8 for the RE2 reenactment. Which is actually kind of surprising, because that definitely felt longer. Well, I'm pretty sure it did take more time because of some of the stupid bosses that you have to fight in that. But yeah, it's time for me to not be playing this anymore. In no small part because I don't think I'd actually be any good at what's left, because I'm pretty sure there's like some more of those very special spam bosses left that you have to fight to finish up the actual ending of the game, and there is like a secret couple of chapters you can unlock if if you do something specific at the final boss fight, but I don't think I've ever actually had the opportunity to play them because I've never actually managed to get that condition, but I guess I'm gonna try for it whenever I do it, but which might be sooner than later. But no, for now I will put that game to rest, 'cause it's been like basically 4 hours of button mashing with this here Wii remote, which doesn't exactly help my terrible posture either. But at any rate, that will be it for now, basically, so like always, you'll take it easy. Thanks everybody for coming, like always. Thanks for chatting, always great whenever people chat. And say things. And say things that can be addressed in a coherent way. What else do I say? Oh yeah, I'll see you later. And then I play the music, and then I surreptitiously... Will there be a group stream tomorrow? What day is it tomorrow? Friday? Oh yeah, there might be. I don't know. Assuming things want to happen, there might very well be. But I guess we'll figure it out, because I think I did finally manage to overcome my tendency to just sleep all afternoon, or after like a certain point. So that's cool. Question is, can I actually maintain that, or will I just fall straight back into my vicious cycle like I always do? That's always the question, isn't it? Let me see. Oh yeah, this is where I pretend I'm not here anymore. I don't know if it would still be Stardew. Could be, might not be. I guess we'll figure it out.